Hey, it's Joey Batone, and you're listening to PPRM.
Woo!
Here's to Peter, here's to Peter, here's to Peter, he's a horse's ass. He is the meanest, sucks on a horse's penis. Here's to Peter, he's a horse's ass.
Yay!
You're in a mix with DJ Pete Pinho.
Taking you back in the day.
Beef Murray rocks live version with universal and overcome. Combined with R. Kelly and prove it can be done. Non-stop in Death Squad and Rocklin'. I hear somebody knocking your heart apart.
You're in a mix with DJ Pete Pinho.
Into the crib with me tonight.
What's up, baby?
Kelly's in the mood to make it right. Word is getting all over town. Party's over here and getting down. Yeah. In the air.
Get 'em up, y'all.
Drinks everywhere. Party on the hill. Yeah. Keep doing it real.
He's round, he's Janet Jackson nasty. He's your mama's side dude. He's Peter Pinho. You're in a mix with DJ Round Pinho. He's round, he's Janet Jackson nasty. He's your mama's side dude. He's Peter Pinho on W.
Let your body give into your soul. Release the freak in you and lose control.
Check us out every Saturday from 12 in the afternoon till 9 o'clock in the morning, Sunday for Mixtape Saturday, where we mix nonstop for 22 hours. DJ Manny Fresh, DJ Dwayne, DJ Pete Pinho, Club Killers, EDM to go, all of us. Nonstop mixes, commercial free every Saturday from 12 in the afternoon till Sunday, 9 in the morning. And on Fridays, don't forget Flavor Fridays, all the shit you're roller skated to. Coming up this Sunday is Getting Sports with Drunk, our new sports show starting Sunday. And don't forget the regular music during the week.
What time is that going to start?
12 to 1.
12 to 1? Just a 1 hour?
Yeah. You don't need no more than that. You don't need no more than an hour for a sports show. That's crazy. What?
It depends on whether it's a good sports show or not.
Well, we're going to find out.
Yeah.
What's a good sports show right now? I was watching Mike sweat. That's a good
4-0,
show.
man. 4-0. Doesn't look good for the
Bottom of the
Yankees
what?
right
Second?
now. No. It's like it's getting late.
It's like 7th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 7th.
We got Jay Wills in the studio.
Yeah.
Sir.
Hasn't been around 5 years.
Welcome.
5 whole ones. But I'm here.
Yeah. We're here.
What's up, Pete, man? What's good with y'all, man? Hey.
How you doing? You gotta move your mic a little closer.
I'm great, man. I'm
There
great.
you go. There you go. You got a soft voice, so
Yeah. So
you got that R&B soft voice. How you doing?
R&B boy, I'm great, man.
You make a girl come just by talking. How you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
Fantasy.
Hey, girl, I'm buttoning your pants.
Smooth
We're
magic.
gonna take a little ride.
Yes, sir.
That's the voice that'll drop the skirts.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the voice
I
that.
gotta remember that.
That's the voice that'll raise the black population.
Uncle Bob, I gotta
in
remember
Bridgeport.
that. That's what's up, man. I'm excited to be here today, man.
How you
Shout out
been?
to PPRN Radio.
Been good.
Yeah, I've been great, man. I've been great.
See you living large with that car outside.
Nah, man, I'm all right. I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you doing all right?
Yeah.
Hustling or
I'll leave it with you, dog.
you hustling?
Yeah, I'm
Hustling? Just like, here you go.
I'm just
Never ask anybody what they do on the
keeping
side.
busy, man.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean?
Good, man. It's definitely been at least 5 years since we've seen each other. And last time we saw each other, we were in a basement.
Well,
I remember that.
Remember that? Yeah, we were
we
drinking fucking
we have to
everything.
make sure that doesn't happen again. So you friended me on Facebook
Right, I
this
remember.
morning.
Yes.
So just let me know when you want to come back.
Okay.
You're welcome at any point in time.
Appreciate that, Bob.
You guys see
guys
this
are
dollar
rocking.
bills up on the wall if you want to get in the death pool.
Yeah.
We got a death pool when Bob's going to die because he's 70. So
Yeah.
Okay, well,
you got to,
Yeah.
you still look
We
like
don't
you
know
got
how
a while
long-
to go, Bob, man. You look like you ain't worried about nothing, man. You
I'm
good.
not.
You all set, man. You know what I mean? Let me know the secret, man. I want to live until I'm 70 plus.
Well, what happens is
lots of gay sex.
Oh, well,
What? No, I don't think so. Lots of good beer. Okay. Lots of music.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They won't let me post to your page, Jay.
It won't?
No.
Oh, I got to accept it.
Yeah, you got to accept it, but it said they won't let me do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's there. It's just that.
Okay.
Tell me
I'm
open
gonna let it in.
All right.
Yeah.
So we went to New York on Thursday.
Okay.
And
For not a great thing.
No, no, but afterwards was fun. We went to we had dinner at a pasta place in Times Square.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mike was walking around like he was the Don
in his two-piece suit.
in his suit. He played the part well though.
I
We had some overpriced pasta.
I looked a little gangsta.
Really good pasta place though. They make it in front of you.
I mean,
which
with
is good. Yeah, with the what they do is they have
rolling it out.
Yeah, they have like a little. It looks like a salad bar, and
Yeah.
then you tell them what you want. They put it in a pan and they heat it up and do the little flippy thing, and it was good though, right?
Yeah.
They're
They're not
nice.
actually making it from the dough.
No.
Very
They
garlic.
might in the back.
The place was jamming. The
Yeah.
place was just jamming.
Well, it's Irish. It's Italian, so it's got to be garlic.
Oh my God! There was a lot of garlic.
It was Italian as much as Pizza Hut and
Really?
Olive Garden.
Yeah, it was
are
run by like
Italian.
A Greek.
Spanish. No, it was either Spanish or I don't know what kind of
Chinese
people.
I'm thinking maybe they were talking like this, you know.
Boo got a slice of cheesecake that looked bigger than his head.
Something
It
tells
was
me that
delicious.
They were very happy to make that.
There's nothing. Truthfully, there's nothing better than New York cheesecake,
It was delicious, man.
And then we
Can't
went
talk about it
to
enough.
except New Haven pizza.
we were walking to a bar, and then we didn't want to go in there. And then we went into Hard Rock, and the guy goes, "We're closed," because they had like a private party. So again, we used the "Do you know who we are?" thing.
Yeah.
They're like,
And
"We
this-
don't care.
Yeah.
Judge
Exactly.
just went deep.
We don't care." So
They
they
were
go,
like-
"There's bars on 7th Street." So we went over there and found a really nice Irish bar you might like, and it's got a rooftop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. Boo was like, "Tell me if it's open, because I'm not walking up those stairs."
Man, it was like walking up the Empire State Building.
It's like hanging around with Cinderella on Friday.
Whatever, man. It was
I'm not walking up there unless you tell me it's open.
because it was those stairs, man. It was like 3 flights of stairs.
It wasn't
for real.
that bad.
Shut up, Peter. It
wasn't that
was.
If there was a guy with a fucking 10-foot cock,
Whatever.
He would have run up those stairs.
Whatever, man.
Waving it around. Hey.
he would have been like Wonder Woman.
He would use that cock like a rope and climb up. Like,
Yeah.
You
I would've-
brought that up. Great movie. It is a great movie.
Oh, thank you, Bob. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Only
had
one
nothing to do
scene
with
bothered me.
it. And what's that?
The gala that she went to.
He said
She's
gay.
wearing the dress,
Uh-huh.
and you can't see the part
The
of the
sword.
uniform.
Oh,
The eagle head
yeah.
on her breastplate.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, she's riding down the on the horse, and the dress falls off, and her full uniform's on.
Right.
Continuity was an issue there, but the rest of it was absolutely fucking fantastic.
Well, and let me address the whole 10-foot dick. I would say to that person, you know what? I'm going to take this one step at a time. I might get there today.
So
I
full
might
of
get
shit.
there tomorrow, but I will eventually
You
get
get there.
there.
You would have been up there in a minute.
Man, whatever, man. It was
All right, if you're around this week, check me out at Blossom Ball Friday with 99.9 from 7 to 11 in Westport Inn. It's $25 cover. It's for adults only, so don't come there if you're under fucking 21. And then check me out Saturday at Kids Fest in Norwalk, 95.9 The Fox, Taylor Farm Park. Touch a truck.
oh, you're gonna be busy.
17 hours, bitch.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be busy too. We've got gentlemen.
In the Fox uniform the whole time.
Oh, my God. Dude, we drank Friday?
yeah.
We drank Friday until 4 in the morning. Well, I did.
Yeah.
And then my new job. And then they told me, "Oh yeah, you got to put the Fox costume on at 78 degrees
On Saturday.
on Saturday."
Yeah.
For 2 hours straight. Tell you what though, if you're a single guy, that's the best uniform to wear because
They all wanna hug you, yes, yeah.
yes.
Give me a hug, Foxy.
Yeah. They just hug and hug and hug and.
Feel those tits barreling into your chest. Huh?
I'm not into tits, you know.
I understand that, but you still feel them.
I was faithful to my wife, thank you.
Yes, Peter and I haven't fucked once. He's been very faithful.
Are
Harvey Weinstein would be very interested in that costume.
But it's, you know what it is they haven't washed it since they bought it 10 years ago. And there used to be a fan built into it that don't work no more. I literally lost 5 pounds that day.
Well, that's a good thing.
What's it smell like inside that thing? My God.
And you know what there is? Right by the nose, there's a sponge.
To catch all your spit?
To catch the sweat, and it keeps you from... That sponge has got to have some DNA on it from... Oh, man. I don't know if I'd rather read a pussy on a period or...
Lysol.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And get a little bit of deodorizing stick hanging up in there, too.
Good thing about these events, though, they feed you.
Yeah?
Yeah. They feed you and you meet a lot of people. Well, we were there. It was free. That's why you guys got to start reading my events. It was free laundry, free pizza, free ice cream, free food, free grinders, free cupcakes. And it was like...
What's the cover on the one you're doing Saturday?
$5. But it's outside, so... You should go to the boob one.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's Friday.
Oh, that's Friday?
Yeah, in Westport Inn.
Okay.
That I think is $20. But you get dinner and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that's... yeah, I know why you're going. Or you want to go.
I'll watch the boobs,
It's a breast awareness thing. You know, yeah. Ricky should go just for be a spokesman.
Yeah. Bring the twins for sure, right?
Yeah. Listen, turn the game off.
I can't.
I know what you're doing.
I can't.
You're ignoring us. There's a guest here.
I'm not, man.
He drove all the way from Bridgeport.
I'm listening.
Fuck.
Yo, man, I gotta... Dee Dee just hit a triple.
Well, we're going to hear this all night.
What, with 2 outs?
I don't think there's any outs.
So, Jay, how do you grind, man? What do you do to get your music out there? And what accomplishments have you made since we've last seen each other?
Man, I do whatever it takes to get this music out.
You still with Edwin?
With who?
Edwin?
Edwin Ramos?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still in there. We go, shout out to Just Right Studios. We all in there. You know, we got a studio going. 3-4 rooms of studios.
He grew too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Since I saw, because I met you in Waterbury.
Yes.
And that studio was tiny.
In Waterbury, yeah.
And the new one is big?
Yeah, it's much bigger. A lot of space, a lot of room, great sound. Yeah, man, we just grinding, man. We just trying to be real with the music, you know what I mean? It's from the heart, so we continue to do what we do as musicians, engineer, rapper, singer, you know, whatever it takes.
You married?
Nah, I'm not married.
Girlfriend?
Something like that.
Something. Is she listening right now? Because she's about to be your ex-girlfriend.
Sounds like multiple girlfriends.
Something like that, yeah.
So what's the pussy like, being an R&B star? What's it like, man? I mean, you got something? I know your boy over here. You trims that shit up for you.
I'm gonna get my fair share, man. That's all I got.
He was worried about getting it cut up before we got over.
He was, right?
He said, I look good enough?
Yeah, you know, nah. It's fair share, you know what I mean?
I'm
not trying to be greedy. I'm just laying back, staying focused, man, being a man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you need any help.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, Mike's a white single guy with...
oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I have no talent, though.
Barely any place to live.
I got your back, Mike.
So he needs to find a girl that can bring
Take
him in.
care of him.
No doubt.
I need a girl who gives me confidence.
Oh, you going to come to Bridgeport?
Hell yeah.
He had one there already, but he fucked that up.
I went broke.
She wanted to marry him and everything, bring him into her house. And
Man, she was
Black
talking,
Nubian queen, too. Pretty.
Wow.
Yes.
Talking marriage
Hot
immediately.
stuff, too.
Yeah, he fucked that up, man.
Gee, Mike, what's up? That's all right, man, you know.
Because you know why he got scared?
There's plenty out there.
She said the M word.
Really?
Yeah. Like within 3 weeks of them meeting.
But that's enough to scare off anybody.
To keep her.
Yeah, but at 57, when you're homeless, you should take whatever comes across, right?
At what age?
57.
Damn.
So here's the thing. If he married her, right?
Yeah.
He could have got half of what she has.
True. Fact.
Because half of what he has is nothing. So if he got half of what she has, he walked out of there. You fucked up, bro. You got our number still?
Yeah.
Marry her Vegas style. Walk away with her house or something.
Ooh, get married by Elvis.
Take her fucking car.
Married by
Take her weave. I don't give a shit. Just take something that's worth
Get
money.
something out the deal, right?
Yeah. Let her feed you for a year. Besides, you're getting pussy on top of it, too. She's not listening. Trust me.
I know she's not.
She said the M word. All right, so...
She also said she didn't do the B word.
She didn't blow nobody?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can't live with that.
That's what I'm
There's
saying.
no
That's
way
what
to
side
live with
chicks
that.
are for.
There's a couple
Man.
things going on there.
Right, Jay? That's what side chicks are for? If your girl ain't doing it, you can...
Get it
Now,
someplace
I don't mean
else.
that myself.
Find somebody that will.
Ricky.
Different strokes for different folks, baby.
Oh, we
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Ricky and I went home and we banged Friday.
Yeah.
And Ricky was the loudest she's ever been in her whole life.
That's
Boo
what
was right
happens
next-
when you get drunk.
And Boo was in the next room.
Didn't hear a goddamn thing, which thank God.
Ricky was drunk. You ever seen Ricky drunk?
Once.
She was drunk.
And
Like
she's
the room was spinning.
And she gets really horny when she's drunk.
Yeah.
How would you know?
We were at the same bar.
Wow. Okay.
She sang karaoke that night.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
sir. Gave her that mic. What? This thing on?
After I left?
Yeah.
After I left, she sang karaoke.
On my cock.
Oh.
Dude.
Mike, you
come
get
on,
the
keep
joke or
up.
not?
Keep up.
I'm sorry, man.
We have the best sex when we're drunk. I think my what is it?
Your
the,
libido?
The what's that thing that coke blocks? The receptors in your neck?
The inhibitions.
Yeah. So I think when I drink, it just opens that shit up. And
Yeah, it does.
I even went downtown. Shit.
Man.
Been doing
I don't
that a
need
lot
pussy.
lately.
Jay. That's
Generally.
Generally, yeah. I gotta be really.
When
drunk.
when Ricky gets very lucky every once in a while.
Every other week.
Yeah. No, not well, maybe, I don't know. I'm not there, so I can't say.
I don't know how to bust balls about getting laid, though, because I would have said something, but I don't know what because I would have wanted to be funny about it, but I wouldn't know what I would say
For
about
us?
it. Yeah, if I had
Knock on
heard
the
you.
door?
No, if I had heard you.
Oh.
If I had heard you, the
You know you would
next
have started
day-
beating off or something.
Rock that bit, baby! Rock that bit!
Well, he doesn't like women, so what could he say? Beat that pussy up?
You know what? That's probably something I would have said. Knock on the door and be like, "Yo,
Well,
Pete,
you know,
Is it
knock
weird
that
that she
pussy
stuck
out."
her finger in my ass?
No,
Like, not just the tip.
No,
Yeah.
baby.
all the way in.
All the way in.
Right up to the
I was like,
second
what are you
knuckle.
doing?
You didn't enjoy that?
Well, I don't want to say that. There's men here. There's
got
men's
nothing to
here.
do with it.
There's men here.
He's a many men. Yeah,
I don't
Peter.
even
many men.
You enjoy that if a girl does that to you guys? They're like, what the hell are we here, Jay? Why'd you guys bring me here? He ain't gonna say because he's like,
Yes.
fuck that. My boys don't need to know that shit.
This is an exclusive part of the interview I wasn't looking forward to, but you know, uncut, raw. You know what I'm saying? PPRN. This is how they do it here. You know?
how they giving it up.
Can't handle the heat. Can't
What
come
about
through here.
this is how we sell your record because if
Yes.
people listen to you and they think you're uptight, they're like, I ain't buying this record because it can't be real. Why can't it be real?
Answer, yeah.
Why can't Cinderella be real? Lose your slipper for the night.
Lose a slipper. She did lose a slipper.
She
didn't
did.
She lost more than the slipper.
Up your asshole.
So you write
Second knuckle.
you write your own stuff.
Yeah, all
That's
my
it.
own stuff. All right.
What's it like nowadays to be a musician? To like, what is it like? What does it entail? Like you get the lyrics in the shower, or you get them driving down 95. How does the words come to you?
It come in many different aspects, man. It could be in the shower. Could be on 95.
Right, real life
Depends what I'm
things.
feeling. Yeah, real life things, basically.
Has your heart been broken?
I write from the heart. Of course, man. You know, every man, if a man heart hasn't been broken, then he's not a real man.
But is your R&B? Is it your R&B? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So is your R&B? Is it real life stuff, or is it just like stuff you never lived and you think that?
Nah. Everything that I write is pretty much real life stuff. And some stories I could write that I actually, like a record I call Start Over. I wrote that record in somebody else's perspective.
Right.
But I felt it in my heart. You know what I'm saying? For the situation. So I wrote
That's
about
good,
it.
too. Have
So
you
if
seen
we
it?
hear
Peter?
a song of yours and we start crying like a girl, so we know that's you. That happened to you in your real life.
More than likely, yes.
Like, do you
Well,
write
he
songs
knew
about when he
somebody.
fucks your head up when he's cutting it? Like, does that inspire you to write a song?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yo, my boy,
You know
man,
what?
fucked me up
That's not
today.
a bad idea. Any barber that pushed my hairline back, I'm writing a song about them.
That's like the Negro Taylor Swift right there.
I'm writing it.
You have it. How's your headline? Is
My
it-
hairline?
Your hairline.
It's straight, it's cool.
It's at the top.
It's cool, right? It's
Is it
cool, right.
receding?
Nah, not yet.
Good for
we
you.
good.
How old are you? 40s?
Yeah, 40.
Good for you, man. You look good. You look like you're 25.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that, man.
You look like someone I would buy crack from. I trust him.
Yo, drink a lot of
I
water,
trust
man.
him. I trust him.
Drink water on the daily, man.
Come on,
yeah,
man.
3 or 4 bottles a day.
You don't smoke.
Just because they were
Nah,
your
I don't
best
smoke.
friends.
Never smoked.
Not cigarettes. I will smoke.
Okay.
I smoke cigars.
Cigars. So how do you stay so young if you fucking smoking
Drink
cigars?
water, man. You got
Water.
Yeah, drink water.
Lots and lots of water.
Boo drinks semen.
I drink water, man.
He gets a lot of protein.
Man, from a variety of different sources.
Yes.
He's got the Poland Springs of men in his Rolodex.
Rolodex.
Tonight the sausage party, by the way, if you didn't notice, there's no women. So like I said,
You might have to call up a few, man. Balance the situation.
Yeah, bring him down. Bring him
Do
down.
it. Do it.
So you write a song and someone it's like that song. What's that song we all cried about last week or 2 weeks ago?
Oh, the song about
From
the
who
kid,
was that?
Oh, jeez.
The kid that
I
was
can't
gay.
remember.
No, the video was about him gay. But who's that guy's name? What's that guy's name?
Man, you would.
I don't want to die. You know that song?
I don't
What's his
wanna
name?
die, Dig, who is that?
Let me pull it up here. He's a white
Yeah.
dude, actually. I think he's a
I'm trying to think, I don't remember.
Logic.
No, Logic.
Was it
That's
Logic?
his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Logic.
Logic?
He's
Yeah.
half white, half black,
I don't want to cry.
and he made a video about coming
Why
out.
isn't it half black, half white?
That sounds like some John Legend record, though. Why
But
does it sound
if
like
have you heard the words?
Nah, is it a remake? Remake or remix?
Let's hear a couple bars.
Because the song I'm singing sounds like a baby tonight.
What's it called? I don't want to what?
I don't want to die.
Yeah, it must be a different song.
It has to be.
Yeah, it has
Yeah.
to be a different song. Because if
This
it's,
is
if it's the
this
song I'm
is
thinking
really
about is
good
John
and
Legend.
really impactful.
Here we go. Logic. It's Logic with
Logic.
Khalid.
Okay, no, well I haven't heard that.
Listen to a couple. Oh, you never heard this? I'm sure you did when you hear
I
it.
probably did, but I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a big hit this summer.
The video is very, like, it makes you cry, even if you're like men's man like you. It'll make. He's like, I'm a man.
Yeah,
All right.
live one.
Here we go.
Let me see more. Oh, that's fine.
This is him as a baby.
Don Cheeto, right?
Yeah.
I've been on the low, I've been taking my time.
Yeah, I've heard it.
You heard it,
I
right?
feel like I'm out of my mind. It feel like my life ain't mine. Who can relate? Woo! I've been on the low, I've been taking my time. I feel like I'm out of my mind. It feel like my life ain't mine.
So when you hear stuff like that, is that like what you write? Is it get that deep?
Nah, yeah, my songs can get deep because I mean on the album that I did called The Music Is In Me. I believe when I came 4 years ago, there was a record called American Dream on that record, on
Right.
that album. So the whole album had different types of songs on there, and there's songs that where I really went deep with some of the lyrics. And I can write heart touching records. You know what I'm saying? I have versatility.
From
with
your
those
life
songs.
experiences,
Yeah,
or is it made
absolutely, yeah. But this the title track of the album is called "The Music Is In Me," and that right there explains the situation where what I was in, and when I was here, and then my folks back home basically experienced a life situation like that. So I wrote about the record, heartfelt. And if you hear the record, you could definitely feel it because what I talked about in the record is real, true life stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Can an artist that doesn't ever, let's say we get an entitled artist who's never really lived through poverty, hard times, racism.
Right.
He's never lived through being picked on. He's never lived through.
Had no adversity.
All he did was got everything handed to him. Can that kind of person be an artist and be real?
I mean, I think so to a different perspective, you know what I mean? Because there's more to life than actually the stuff that do happen to some people. Not everybody have the same experience.
Right.
And if somebody came up with a silver spoon, you know, like somebody, I don't know Justin Timberlake, but I'm going to use him as an example. But if he did come up in a, you know what I'm saying? Like
Drake?
well-cut home. Yeah, Drake, somebody who had it all done, they can still write songs that appeals to people from what they're living with right now. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Not pretty much what went
They
on.
may
Or-
not have experienced it personally,
Right,
but
but-
they've heard the story,
Right,
and
and
they
they can write about it.
empathize with it. They
Right.
feel it.
Right.
Yeah, but it's impossible to live life and not have experienced something. Because even somebody that is spoon-fed and has a silver spoon, there's demands being made of them that weren't made of you. Maybe they are inheriting millions of dollars and those kind of pressures. Like, how many people didn't want to be king? You know, it's like I've got to be king because I was born into it, and so I mean, that in itself is a pressure, that we can't relate to.
It's a different type of pressure.
It's a different type of pressure.
Different scenario. So, I mean, I think either way, if you're an artist, you're just able to grasp certain things in order to deliver that out of you and make it work.
You have to have empathy.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me feel like a loser.
Right. And then, of course, the producers kind of bring that out in you in different ways. So, it's just...
When you write something down, you don't get you get a feeling. But when you write something down and you walk into a studio,
right,
as Edwin, with being a Grammy winner and shit, whatever he is.
Right.
The words are you write the words down and you're like, all right, okay. And all of a sudden you walk into the studio, you see the foam on the wall.
Right.
You see Edwin behind the glass and he's like, try this. Brings up a track and you're like, no.
Yeah.
Brings up another track. Okay, this might work. Now there's 10 different methods to making a song. You got to do the vocals. You got to do the music. You got to do the editing.
Right.
So now you're hearing the song through your ears with your vocals, and now you're hearing what Edwin brings up, whoever is your producer brings up.
Right.
And now he's saying, all right, give me 5 days. I got to mix this.
Right.
Does the feeling get more overwhelming once you hear it mixed? Or do you feel it from the beginning until the end of the mix?
No, I'll feel in the beginning. I mean, when I'm writing, I'll feel it in the beginning. And after I wrote the record and performed the record, in the studio,
yeah,
I'm pretty much content unless I listen back and want to make any type of changes.
Right.
But I'm content because when I write, I could write on the spot or I could write before I go in the studio. So I work both ways.
Right.
But most of the time, I'm pretty content with my writing when I write. And then I'll go in and lay it down, maybe change a few words here and there while I'm in the studio. When I hear the mix, it'll just be based on ingenuity in terms of what, more bass, more treble, more highs. Vocals need to be brought up or down, or, something in the mix needs to be tweaked. But otherwise, now writing is just, I found it to be pretty natural with me. You know what I'm saying?
So then so then if I'm hearing you right, you produce your own stuff? Then?
Yes, I do produce my own records.
Okay, and engineer it as well?
Well, I do a pre-engineering, then I take it to Edwin, and he would do the mixing on it.
Edwin's got a very, very extensive background. He's really good. I mean, he's done stuff for CNC and Mary, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Shout out to Edwin, You Are Music, and the latest record I have, I use another engineer and 2 guys working in Just Right Studios. Kells and Gentry. Those 2 guys, they're younger than Edwin, but
right.
Because we have 4 studios in there, we're able to move around and do different things based on schedule. So,
right.
So I went there and had them. Yeah, I had them mix this record, the last record I put together called Born Star.
So then, do you do you work alone mostly, or do you bring in other cats to work with you?
Well, yeah, I work most of the time. I work alone because I had experience of working with others versus, but I do periodically bring other people in to work with me.
Okay.
If I feel that there's a need for it on the record or beats or whatever.
A song or whatever.
So then was there a conscious choice to say, okay, collabs don't work for me and so I'm going to write alone, or was it that conscious? Was it?
No, I mean, I don't think it was that complicated to the point because if I'm doing a record that I know I'm going to write it before I present it.
Okay.
If I'm doing a record I know I need somebody, I'll approach them before I finish writing it. And if they don't come in, then I have to either find someone else to come in or do it myself. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of when I'm in a studio and engineering-wise, like the last record, like I said, I went in there with the beat one way, and I sat in a session with Kilo Kells. He's an engineer in Just Right Studios. I sat down with Gentry. He's another young engineer coming up. These guys, they're pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, actually, the younger guys has a different sound than the older guys.
Right.
So right now, we're trying to get a sound that matches within today's industry sound.
Okay.
So when I lay the track out, I lay the track out, and then boom, they'll give me suggestions. All right, well, let's tweak this here, tweak this there, and then how you like this?
Is he cutting your hair while you're doing the recordings?
Nah, not at all.
You always got to keep your hairline right.
Listen, we're gonna have a buzz in the back of the whole record. You would have heard that.
Not if you got a good engineer, you won't.
It ain't a good buzz.
Not a Budweiser buzz, but a Clipper buzz.
So then, when you write, that's another like solo project. When you sit down to write, you don't ever invite other writers in with you, or
well, I do to a certain extent. If I'm working on, it all depends what I'm working on.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think it's great because when you get two people collaborating on a record,
right,
it brings different perspectives to it. So if I can do that, I definitely would do that. I've worked with many artists like local and abroad. I did a record for Fat Joe Terror Squad back in the days. I had like few independent artists signed to my label that I work with. And we got tons of records that we did in collaboration. Cool, but when it comes to my project, I'm a little more specific about it.
Okay.
And unless it's a compilation album with different artists, most of the time, I just get in the zone and I just go.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So talk to us about Fat Joe. How did that come about?
Well, I mean, this is 2001 when that came. Actually, a producer friend of mine, Johnny Vargas, shout out to you, man. J Fingers is what they call him.
Uh-huh.
He shot a few tracks to one of Fat Joe's bodyguard that was actually living in Bridgeport.
Oh, okay.
So he would get with some producers and then I asked him for music. And when he got to Johnny and asked him for music, and me and Johnny was kind of working together in the studio, so he was like, well, you know what, I got an opportunity to put some tracks on the disc. Let's send it up, and Fat Joe, you know, his bouncer's going to get it to Fat Joe. So, boom, we hand in the disc, and they listened to whatever they had to listen to. And when they decided that they was going to use a track from the disc, they thought it was a track for the other producers, the one that I was collaborating with.
Okay.
But he went to New York and to deliver the track that they heard, that they wanted. And obviously, they didn't let him hear it prior to him going to New York to know exactly what track it was. So when he got to the city, they told him to pull the track up. And when he got there, it was like, nah, this is not the track. This is the track we want. And it happened to be the track that I did. And I was like, okay, cool.
When someone says come to New York, is it as exciting as it used to be back in the 80s? Like, oh my God,
right
I'm
now?
going to New York.
Like right now, I mean, it's still cool because in New York, different things happen. It may not be as exciting, but the point is that there is a place of opportunity.
Yeah.
So when you go into New York, there's a possibility you're going to run into somebody. You know, you have hopes of that. Run into somebody that's going to, you know, give you an opportunity. So
we ran into somebody at a funeral parlor. We didn't even realize he was there. Yeah, like that guy was telling you about what the...
Yeah, it's chances
that I forgot to call.
That you get to meet people. You know what I mean? So,
Bob, you want to do your song? We'll get back into some more with J Wils? Yeah. Is it seventh inning stretch yet? Or? Are you okay?
It's 4-2.
Can he proceed?
You ask him a question and then you say, excuse me, can you proceed, please? Thanks.
Oh, yeah! You need to get laid.
We had J Wils doing it all. He writes, produces, and takes it to the mall. His hip-hop swag drives the bus. From thought to product, there is no fuss. Oh, yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
PPR and we're having fun. We'll keep your troubles on the run. Uh-huh.
You're the one acting like a bitch.
Peter Pinho is our host. Believe he is not a ghost. He'll ask me questions out of left field. Getting a laugh is the yield. Oh yeah.
Bitch, hang up. Bitch, hang up.
PPR and we're having fun. We'll keep your troubles on the run. Uh-huh.
God bless you. You're an angel.
Between my buns.
Blue is here, not in OKC. That provides us a lot of glee.
Bitch.
His topics are always fun. Mostly gossip can't be outdone. Oh no.
What's wrong with you? Can't you get an idea without saying it out loud?
PPR and we're having fun. We'll keep your troubles on the run. Oh, yeah.
You want me to make you happy with my mouth?
Between my buns.
Mike Sacco will be here too. He may drop the other shoe.
I love you.
Why I sang that, I don't know. Trying to rhyme and keep the flow. Oh, no.
Gave up on that one.
DPR and we're having fun. We'll keep your troubles on the run. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Because you forgot how to get a boner.
Between my buns.
Eddie Martinez eats a lot. Guess it's better than doing shots. How he stays cut is the question. You ought to see his workout sessions. Oh, yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
DPR and we're having fun. We'll keep your troubles on the run. Oh, yeah. Hey. Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Between my buns.
Yeah.
Between Bob's buns.
Story time, Bob, with this song. I must have been using my bong. My death pool is still open. They're betting on when I'll be stroking. Oh, yeah. PPR and we're having fun. We'll keep your troubles on the run. Uh-huh.
And you need to come on down to the cellar. I got a whole freezer full.
PPR and we're having fun. We'll keep your troubles on the run. Oh, yeah.
Better go get that.
Between my buns.
Like it. Like it very much, Bob.
It's been tricked
Like
out
it very
to
much.
look like an ice cream truck. I'm looking for a car that's been tricked out to look like an ice cream truck.
By the way, shout out to Lacey. Speaking of Family Guy, shout out to Lacey. She had her bottom surgery.
Yeah.
This week? Was it this week?
Yesterday, I think.
Yeah. So
She got a pussy.
Yeah.
Hopefully everything went well, and hopefully she got the part that she needed to carry on her life. So shout out to her.
I seen her on the Facebook.
Today?
You're out a lot. What's going on with you, man?
I'm lonely.
She was on today?
I
Jesus.
saw a post today. I don't know if it's...
Oh,
You would
jackpot.
think she would be in a lot of pain today.
I don't know. She might not even be cognizant today.
She was going for a hike, she said, if you read her page. She was walking to the kitchen to get lunch, and then she was going to go for a hike.
Yeah, no, that's the hike.
Yeah, that's what I thought I saw. But I mean, it could have been an old post that somebody else...
That had to have been. I mean, could you imagine getting your plumbing changed and then going for a hike the next day?
I don't think so. Well, I don't know.
It's an amazing world, man.
Well, still.
Jay, you wanted to talk about copyright and stuff. What did you want to bring up about that?
Nah, man. I mean, just to touch on a little bit on that, it's how important it is for copyrights, man. I mean, like it's the independent music game right now. You got major labels, you got a lot of independent artists doing things out here, and they don't really pay attention to the importance of copyrights and making sure that your music is copywritten before you even put it online or before you get it out there, because there's tons of people on the internet that's listening to this music that you're putting out. If you don't copyright it before you put it out, someone claims it before you claim it, guess what? Now it belongs to them.
Are you saying copyrighted so no one can take it, or copyrighted so you get paid every time it gets played?
Well, no. Copyright is so no one take it. It's copyright as ownership.
Okay. So you own it.
Yeah. So getting paid every time your record's played is royalties.
And that comes from ASCAP.
Right. And you believe in the royalties.
Right, no, definitely. Anybody in the street or in the music game should believe in royalties.
Every time, though?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're putting the record out and you're putting the record publicly.
If you wrote
unless
it
you're making a Christmas record
and you're
that's going out
performing
there.
it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
And record sales is basically royalties.
Like
selling records.
Okay, so what I meant was if I play your song and I put it on a rotation, to me, it's probably going to start an argument, but to me, I think paying you every time I play that song is a little too much.
You're not.
Well,
I am, though. Every time I play his song, BMI sends him a check.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Every day.
if you're registered and licensed with,
I am licensed.
Oh, you are. Okay,
Yeah.
great. So yeah, if you play the song, BMI picks it up, or ASCAP, which is a part of I'm part of ASCAP. They send me a check on a quarterly basis based on the record spins and plays. That's how it works. And I mean, now they're getting more in depth with streaming. The streaming involved.
Yeah, I know.
Radio play, right?
I know. I pay $100 a month.
Yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with that, Pete. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why should there be? I mean,
the problem
Hard
I
work.
have with it is okay. You get a small club with that can hold maybe 50 people,
Right.
and they want $1,700 a year from them.
And here's what they base it on. This is what gets me upset about it because I don't mind paying. I don't mind paying for your album,
Right.
and that's it though. That's how I feel.
Right.
Because I'm giving you $20 for that album.
Right.
But if I play your album 10 years from now, which hasn't been relevant in 10 years,
Right.
It's
I have a problem. I know that, but all right. So without the artist, you wouldn't have radio. Without radio, you wouldn't have artists. How's that? Without each other, you wouldn't have each other. So now you go to these bars that now BMI and ASCAP are the middlemen. I think they shouldn't even be in business.
Right.
Well, how?
Because we have hang on. Because we have computers now that can measure every if my song. That's how the computers do. They. So the internet's out there all the time, and it's listening for this and that. So it hears J. Wills coming from someone's basement.
Right.
It knows if it's legal and if it's not. Trust me, if it ain't legal,
Right.
they're coming after you. Don't give a fuck how small you are.
Without a doubt.
But here's the problem that I got with that. The problem is I don't got a problem paying you.
Right.
The problem is I got a problem with BMI telling me, well, if I make $10,000 a month,
Right.
I got to pay you a different amount.
Oh, okay.
It should
it's
be a flat tax.
Based on whatever you make, they want.
Right. So the 99.1s and the big stations, they got to pay almost, I want to say, and I might be lowballing.
Right, right.
They almost got to pay almost $10,000 to $20,000 a month.
Wow.
For just royalties.
Yeah, but what are their no, not.
But see, that's the thing. Why should they be taxed on what they bring in? I buy a product. It's like I come to your house. I'm your cable guy.
Right.
Should I have a new tool every time I come to your house? No, because I got to use that same tool to deliver that product.
Right.
Okay. Like the cable companies, they have over 6. The company I work for has over 6 million subscribers.
Okay.
Everybody used to bitch, we only get 20 channels. So what cable do? They figured out how to fit in 300 channels. All right, everybody still bitches. Nothing on. That's not our fault. We're not the content provider. We're just the middleman.
Right.
So now there's 6 million of you, the customer. So now all these channels ask for, let's say, $1 per customer per day.
Okay.
Now they're making what's it? So it's $1 times 6 million people. So they're making $6 million a day.
Yeah, 6 million.
A day. They're doing that, and they're doing repeats, and they're taking advantage of that. But the first thing you say to me when I walk through the door, I don't like you because your bill's so high. It's not because of us.
Right.
It's because of the industry.
Right.
Everybody got mad at Napster back in the day. This guy Lars from Metallica started a movement.
Right.
Because of the way it was shared. You know what me and you used to do back in the 80s? We would put tape over the holes and give you the tape and you would record it.
Right.
The only difference between Napster and us right now was the delivery.
Okay.
I don't believe in stealing music, but you know what?
Right.
The person that stole your song from the guy, maybe he was broke, but heard it, but loved you so much, saved his money and went to one of your shows. So it's got to be some kind of give and take.
Right.
There should be a flat fee, not like, all right, so say if this poor bar can't do any music anymore because they can only fit 50 people.
Right.
So now he can't even have acoustic people in there to do anything. Now
And
he's
the thing that's really aggravating about it is
they want $1,700 a month.
Wow.
But hear this: they don't get a set list from the performer, so they have no idea how they're breaking that money out.
But here's the thing: in this day, I went off course. Here's the thing: in this day and age, there is a computer out there that can read every single note.
Right.
And then, what the problem with BMI and CSAC and ASCAP is, they're making money off of it too, but no one ever bitches about them because they're handing you a check.
Right.
How do you know their computer is doing the right job and only telling you they're playing? You got played 10,000 times instead of 20.
I mean,
I think all those BMIs and all of them, they're all hustlers.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, obviously, there's some point where the numbers do go under than what they expect. But at the same token, when it do go over, they still want to, see dollars for it. But what you have to understand, man, is this, right? As an artist, there's a lot of work that artists, musicians put in. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying nobody else putting in work or they don't deserve it, but the point is this: for years, there's some music that you create and people could listen to it and they can go unpaid for years. You see what I'm saying? Unless you go through the right channels, the proper channels to get your music up, encoded with the SRC code for the radio.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have that record coded so that it's picked up. If you just do a record and put it out and you don't code it through either media base or BDS, that record is not going to be picked up.
Right.
So you got to do your homework and you have to code your records before you let them out. And that's the only way you
So I'll tell you what, I'll put your song on my Flavor Friday rotation. You tell me if you get a check with my name on it.
You want?
Because I want to see.
I'm not. I'm just probably call you, or next time I see you and shake your hand and tell you thank you.
But I want to see if they actually pay you.
I mean,
I'm doing an experiment here.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
but Peter, they don't keep
keep
track of it that way.
He said your song's encoded, right?
Yeah, it's encoded. You will see the plays.
Okay.
If you have a BDS or a media guide account, you can see
Yes, I do.
where your record plays.
My server goes to those servers, and that's it. And then it goes to hits you.
But the artist has to have an account with them to pull the report.
You don't?
See what I'm saying? Yes.
You have an account with ASCAP?
Yeah.
Okay, then
no, but listen,
okay.
ASCAP is one aspect, but you got media base and media guy. They track the place. ASCAP sends out the checks, but you have to have an account with media base.
I do. I don't go through ASCAP. I go through a thing called stream licensing.
Right, that's you. I'm saying from the artist perspective.
He's talking about himself.
The artist. I'm talking about from the artist perspective.
Okay.
I can't see those reports if I don't have an account with them to pull it.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
And how much does that cost you?
It could. You could put deposit about $500 into their account.
So they're making it on the front end and they're making it on the back end.
Thank you.
They're making money. Yeah, I mean.
So this is the thing. If I play J. Will's music, ASCAP's getting that royalty, but not giving it to you unless you pay them.
Well, I know I'll get the money, but in order to see who's playing my record.
Oh, so you're just getting money, not telling you where it's played.
Right. Well, from ASCAP, yeah, they're not.
ASCAP BMI can't tell them that.
Right. But the media base and media guy will give you a full report. What station played it and how many times they played it.
Really?
Yes.
And you don't have that right now?
Until I subscribe to them, and then I got to put 500 in, and every time I pull out of it, money comes out. And then it rebuilds
Every
back
time he
up.
gets a report, he pays for the report.
Right,
Okay.
basically. That's what it is. You have to pay for the report to see
And you don't want to do that?
Well, no, I would like to do that because it shows me where my record's playing and where it's popular at. So then this way I can focus on
Now
those
you
markets.
can
See what I'm
focus
saying?
on
That's
the
the
marketing.
importance of BDS and media guy.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of artists, independent artists, don't know this. They need to do the homework and go
you
through.
You can get the report from that, and it's telling you, hey, you're being played big in Chicago, and
Yes.
Philly, and L.A.
Absolutely,
but not in Kansas City or
Exactly.
in Dallas.
Yeah, as soon as we started making some traction in this, because we went from a podcast, now we're a 24/7 station.
That's great, though. I mean, that's
As soon as we started, Mixtape actually is the one that got me exposed.
Yeah. Mixtape, man.
We mix for 22 hours.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we have 4 DJs, 5 DJs.
Nice.
But the thing is I couldn't understand as a beginner, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not pulling in any revenue. I'm self-funded.
Right.
And they were like ready to come after me with a team of lawyers.
Yeah, no, they're serious. I mean, even
And I'm like, what? You didn't? Guess what? You want a report from me every month, right? Who I play, what I play,
right?
And I play over. You could. My server's pretty good. I play just last week alone. Just today. It tells me ASCAP. It tells me is it just no? This was just yesterday. Oh no, just 7 days. As of 7 days, I played 271 ASCAP songs. That's just ASCAP.
Right.
For 30 days, I played 2,000 ASCAP songs. But why can't I get a report of where it's going?
Right. I understand.
So I can play maybe if your shit's getting hit more.
Right.
I want to play you more. I don't want to play the shit that's filling.
I mean, no. But the thing is about it, the records are out there and they code it. If it plays, you get paid. If it doesn't play, you don't get paid. Bottom line, you know what I'm saying? And then now in the streaming aspects of things, which is not just based on radio now, but the internet radio, where streaming is a part of getting paid too. Smaller amounts of dollars versus the commercial radios.
Right.
But the point is that they're trying to
Track
there's
that.
so much. Yeah, there's so much music. I mean, this is the new times. You have to go into. Everybody listens to internet radio.
Yeah, but
somehow,
my little thing here is,
Right.
is catching 371 listeners in 25 countries at 62,000 minutes.
That's awesome.
So if they can track that by my own little radio station that doesn't get heard as big as other ones, how can they not track the other stuff? And let's get rid of CSAC and BMI.
Oh no.
No, understand the tracking is just the tracking. That's
Right.
all they do.
That's just
They
tracking.
give the information
Right.
to ASCAP, BMI,
Exactly.
and CSAC.
So exactly.
And,
So-
and ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC makes their payments out based on the
that.
usage
Yeah,
that they give them.
Yeah, and you know what? What I wanted to know though, in terms of you, like a independent radio station, right? How do you plan on making your money for the fact that you're able to pay these licensing fees?
I pay it out of my pocket now,
Either
but I
that
also
or
have
you
shows that
commercial, shows or commercials.
I have some commercials, but it's hard to sell a commercial on a if it doesn't say W in front of it. It's hard to sell.
Oh, okay, what do you mean W? Like
W
Radio station.
regular
Oh,
radio
okay,
stations
all right.
where people see. Here's the
Okay.
thing. With regular radios, they get with these thing called Nielsen, so they can only do
Yeah,
is an
Nielsen. Sound
average.
scan, yeah.
All right, so you average 10,000 people a day. I can tell you exactly how many people a day I get.
Right.
I can tell you exactly what computer they do it on. I can tell you exactly what country it's from. But because I was telling Boo this on the way, I'm like, our generation used to work an 8-track, but they can't fucking work an app. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well-
You put a motherfucker's paycheck on an app, I guarantee you he learns that app in 2 seconds, doesn't he?
Of course.
But they're lazy. They don't want to play their music through the Bluetooth. Like nowadays, all you don't even have to do is get in the car now, and your phone picks up the Bluetooth right
Yeah,
away,
no,
and the
definitely.
Bluetooth picks up the station right away. That's how my car works. But see, a lot of people, they're like, oh, internet radio. Yeah, the only difference between internet radio and us is the way we deliver it.
Right.
We don't fuck up the ozone.
you're not
We don't have a
considering-
tower. And we're heard all over the world.
That's right. That's another thing. It's hard to sell advertisements
It's hard to
when
sell
people in
adver-
Ireland are
Right,
listening to you.
exactly.
The only way to do it is to get like T-Mobile to sponsor
So
you. or
to
somebody like that.
what to do now is to try to get in content where people want to do a show,
Right.
and charge them studio time.
Okay,
So if you
gotcha.
want to do like J. Will's comedy
well,
hour,
yeah.
well, it's $90 a month,
Right.
or whatever
okay.
it is.
I got you.
Well, no, the other thing you could do is go to websites that are selling product.
No, a lot of porn and shit.
No. Never mind.
Yeah, that's how you can sell. That's
But no.
Why you get mad?
Well, no, I'm not getting mad. I'm getting disgusted because you won't listen to what I was saying.
I understand what you're saying because that's how Sirius does the commercials. They go to
You
sites
go to
that
Duluth. You go to Duluth
Right, that's what I'm
Clothing,
talking
okay?
about.
They sell product on the internet. Okay? They have a couple of stores, but 80% of their
E-commerce
sales
is
That
what
makes
you're saying.
sense though.
Right.
I mean, like
go to commerce sellers and pump them up because they do international sales.
absolutely.
Yeah, well, you need a sales team for that.
If that's an area that haven't been touched, there you go, Peter. You know what I'm saying?
You need a
Jump on
sales
it.
team for that.
I mean, no, without a doubt. But the point is that this avenues, when it comes to the internet, is limitless. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. There's ways
You
to go
can
out
do-
there and get it.
Yeah,
But sometimes you need capital and revenue.
Yeah, I mean,
to get revenue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, definitely.
I can offer you 30% of a sale you make. You go out and sell $300, or $300. You're only coming home with $30. You really want to do that for a living? You know what I mean? So
you
it's
gotta
hard.
do that 100,000 times or better.
Yeah, you got to do that 10 times a day to make a decent living.
Yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
hear exactly
So-
what you're saying, but that's what happens though. When the internet was created, nobody saw it coming. Everybody's just trying to figure this out right now. The record label lost tons of dollars. The artists lost tons of dollars. I mean, within this game, they're just trying to figure
Well,
out now.
that's my other thing.
how
That's
to-
that's the industry's fault.
Right, and I noticed you said I'll buy your album for $20. You know how long ago was an album that was bought?
But
for
guess what
$20?
happened when I bought your album for $20? You only gave me 2 good songs. So
Well,
now
yeah.
I was mad. So
So
guess
they
what? The
changed
industry
it.
caught up with itself.
Yeah,
And now they sell songs for 99 cents.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
probably
That was
less than
called a la
yeah.
carte.
Yeah. Nah, but
You
so
know,
Well, you can still buy an album.
Yeah, it's the nature of the beast. I mean, this is what we have, and then we have to find new ways to get acquainted with it and figure out how to work around it because you cannot have all the artists putting out records like 100 miles per hour and no one's getting paid for it because everybody's streaming and listening.
You think Empire's a facade? That show?
Empire the show?
Yeah.
I mean,
You think
it's
just-
what it is. It's got attention. I mean, who doesn't want attention nowadays when it comes to selling anything?
But do you think that's the record business right now with them making, like, this last episode, they had to borrow money because they needed to make albums, and it's like,
oh, really?
Don't you have money?
I mean, they probably going.
They were trying to do 20 for 20.
I mean, it makes sense because you got to think about it. If you're independent, if you don't have the money from a label, you got to find it from somewhere.
All right, so you're getting 99 cents, and say nobody goes platinum no more. The biggest sale is what, 500,000 now?
Possibly,
500,000 records.
They may have designed a new way to claim a platinum sale because Jay-Z, I think his album went platinum without being bought. I think I read something about that based on streams. Now, if thousands of people go on Spotify and Tidal and just stream and listen to this album while it's being dropped because they have accounts with those companies, monthly subscription, they can consider that.
It's still a $1 billion business.
Yes, they can consider it somewhat like a platinum because they have to judge it that way now. That's the name of the game right now. You can't base it on physical sales anymore. I guess it's based on streams and how many people is actually, actively listening to this record at one time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a new game. It's definitely a new game, and I mean, you got to be strong for it. If you're ready for it and want to stay in it, then you got to get with it.
Motherfucker, I've been in it 8 years, man.
I know. We all need to
You know what I mean? It's like,
Definitely.
it comes out of my pocket now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, for guys like you and giving opportunity to people like myself, I'll definitely say that.
Fuck are my royalties then, man?
Yeah,
Jesus.
I mean,
Okay. But they don't understand. Like, everybody's like, oh, no one, like, I can talk to you like I just now and you didn't know, but
right.
I try to get the word out there all the time, and it's like no one understands. This is a 24/7 program station that's never off.
Right.
It's always, and we do 8 different genres, so we can get 8 different kinds of people listening to it. Like hip hop Saturday, Billy Joel Sunday,
It's an
country
awesome
music.
station.
Monday we do like Depeche Mode. Tuesday to Thursday we do rock.
Yeah.
Friday we do old funk, 70s funk, and everybody used to be like, we need a station where it doesn't play the same shit.
Right.
And we give it to them, and it's like, oh, well, all right. Well, I have to press an app to get to it. Yes, you got to press something to get to something.
You have to look into it, though, because there's a new technology that's out that tweets the song as it's being played.
Yeah, it costs me $20 a month.
Okay, well,
that's another cost.
Yeah, that's another cost. Yes, because I'm on a few other radio stations that's tweeting right before the song come on while the song is playing.
Right.
And once you touch it, it just comes right on. You
It
don't
does
have
it
to-
for you itself.
Yeah,
I
it
know,
does it.
yeah.
It's just
And it hashtags it and everything
Yes,
else. so.
everything. So
And that's a big thing, too, is
No, it
hashtags.
Right, exactly. And it's getting there. It's really getting sophisticated with the technology, man.
But they charge you for that, too, man. I looked
can
into it. I'm
imagine.
like,
I know. I can imagine.
I'm at $500 a month as it is. A month
man, it's-
with the studio.
Yeah, that's.
It's all right. So it paid off for me because of the job I just got. So yes, it helped.
Right.
But
Okay, so get you in other places.
By the way, Peter, the guys, one of the Crosby boys, works at in a tire shop. They play PLR all day long.
Yeah.
He said AJ's talking about PPRM on the radio.
Really?
Yeah.
Still.
Good stuff.
Really?
Yeah, good stuff. He says he was recommending that people listen to PPRN.
Swear to God.
How can you do
Oh,
that on
you just
on
gave him
another
a
radio
boner, dude.
station?
Because they did before, and I was at a show with Chaz, and he acted like he didn't know me.
Listen, man. All somebody has to do is listen to this station for a week, and they're
Peter,
hooked.
all I can tell you is the Crosbys have no reason
No, I know.
to say anything about them.
But why would a DJ on a competing radio
That's the
station?
same people that fucking copy our show.
Well,
remember the Chaz and AJ thing we did way on the
Yeah,
back?
but you know, it's people don't listen to the same station all day long.
Well, yeah, but what I'm
move
saying
on.
is that would be like Peter saying, you know, it's a good radio station.
Because PLR is a good station, though. I mean,
He says it.
You can't listen to PPRN all the time. I don't expect you to. That's why I put 7 different genres. I want you to listen to, like, we get we get spikes. We get spikes at 12 in the morning. Because that's the overseas motherfuckers.
Midday?
It's morning drive for Germany.
Oh, really?
Our spikes go up at, I'll show you. Our spikes, look, this is 12 in the morning. This.
Wow, like midday, noon time.
No, that's 6 a.m. in Germany. That's 12 a.m. here. because it's a 6-hour difference.
Right.
And but
I think. Don't you think Europe's a little more?
Europe loves us. This guy in Germany listens to us for 9 days straight. And he turns it off for like an hour and comes back on.
Only
they love us.
When this show comes on, he shuts it off.
He shuts it off when our show's on.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't know that they talked about us still. Because me and Ricky were at a bar one day, and somebody comes up and he goes, "Are you Peter from PPR?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, Chaz was talking about you today." And he was mad because his listeners listened to your show, too. That was years ago when him and I and...
When you were fighting.
When we were fighting.
Yeah.
But for him to say nice stuff, that's, you know.
Well, yeah, but Peter, the show has changed over the last 5 years.
He's
without a doubt, yeah.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
As soon as I came on the show, everything changed, man.
And that's a heavy hitter. I mean, these guys just won what's the guy who invented the radio? Marconi Award? Marconi. Marconi. These guys just won a Marconi Award. So that's big for someone like that to say that.
No, without a doubt.
So you know, I mean, and you're working with the guy now.
Yeah, now I'm working with him. That's awesome that he said that. I want to give him a hug when I see him.
You've grown over the years, Peter. I mean, from the first time I came down and checked you guys out to now, it's a big difference.
I'm still a mess on Facebook, though.
I mean, no.
I'm a little bitch.
It's what it is. Listen, you have to do something to keep the public watching, man. Just don't get overboard. Those you keep borderline.
Let's take a little break and come back with J. Will's new song, and we'll be right back.
Yes, the Born Star, baby.
Can I just say something? Sure. 6-4 Yankees.
Can't get you sleep. I think about the implications of diving in too deep, and possibly the complications, especially at night. I worry over situations. I know we'll be alright. Perhaps it's just an imagination. Day after day it reappears. Night after night my heartbeat shows the fear. Ghosts appear and fade away. Alone between the sheets only brings exasperation. It's time to walk the streets, smell the desperation. At least there's pretty lights, and though there's little variation, it nullifies the night from overkill. Day after day it reappears. Night after night my heartbeat shows the fear. Ghosts appear and fade away. Come back another day.
explain when there are few words I can choose? How can I explain when words get broken?
blows hard against this mountainside, across the sea into my soul. It reaches into where I cannot hide, setting my feet upon the road. My heart is old, it holds my memories. My body burns a gem-like flame, somewhere between the soul and soft moon.
machine is where I find myself again. Carrying lanes on down the road that I must travel. Carrying lanes on through the darkness of the night. Carrying lanes on where I'm going with you follow. Carrying lanes along the highway in the night. When I was young, I thought of growing old and what my life would mean to me. Would I have followed down my chosen road, or only wished what I could be? Carrying lanes on down the road that I must travel. Carrying lanes on through the darkness of the night. Carrying lanes on where I'm going with you follow. Carrying lanes along the highway in the night. Carrying lanes on down the road that I must travel. Carrying lanes on through the darkness of the night. Carrying lanes on where I'm going with you follow. Carrying lanes along the highway in the night. Carrying lanes on down the road that I must travel with you follow. Carrying lanes on through the darkness of the night. Carrying lanes on where I'm going with you follow. Carrying lanes along the highway in the night.
Hey, we're back live here at PPM Radio with Jay Wills. We're gonna play a song called "Born Star." Is that what it's called?
Yes, Born
Jay?
Star. Yeah, that's the name of the record. Good.
All right, let's, as Bob would say, let's drop it.
Drop it like it's hot, right?
Drop it like an album.
Fantasies, living large, hustle counting debts, pushing foreign cars, designer jeans, so fly, love house and trust, got a dope swag, tight game, she's a superstar, making money moves like a movie star, now she got a body like a porn star, she's a born star, true born star, roll up on the scene, yeah I know they see me, 3 bad moments in the Lamborghini. See you in the wild, yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. New York minute. Always on the grind, yeah, she get the money. Looking hella fine, yeah, the dress is stunning. Floss like a boss, all she know is winning. Porn star body, wanna get up in it. Fantasies, living large. Hustle counting debts, pushing foreign cars. Designer jeans, so fly. Love house and trust, got a dope swag. Tight game, she's a superstar. Making money moves like a movie star. Plus she
My
got
DJ,
a body like a porn star.
Jay, my DJ from Saturday says it's fire.
Money over face, she know how to get it.
See that?
Had a copper yacht, she didn't even sweat it. Bought a dope crib with that platinum credit. That platinum credit, A1 credit. She be overseas since she on her way. Stacks over waters like the Golden Gate. Building trust funds cause she's motivated. She's motivated, highly motivated. Fantasies, living large. Hustle counting debts, pushing foreign cars. Designer jeans, so fly.
Maybe if Manny ever gets back into the mix, he can put it on the rotation in his mixtape.
Big shout out to Manny.
Yeah,
man. I see
Manny.
you,
What
man.
the hell, man? Get the fuck back to work.
Busy
Come
watching
on now, hey.
Too busy.
That's a loss that's hard
Yeah,
to
I
get
know.
over. Come on.
So we are live here with Jay Wills. And what's your boy's name again?
Vaughn.
Vaughn the barber.
Vaughn's a
Vaughn?
barber. Like,
Yes.
do you do girls too?
I do everything, man. If it
Like the
pertains to hair,
below the
that's what
waist?
I do. I'm a butcher.
He said,
too, man.
To the heart.
Do they like?
Lady killer here.
Do you use clippers or do you use like a liquid?
Man, I use whatever I gotta use,
Oh,
man.
look at you. Who's the porn star now, Jay? Where's your shop located?
I'm located at headquarters 2 Barbershop, Bridgeport, Connecticut.
You afraid of the mic, man?
6'5", baby.
You
Not
look
at
a little
all.
shy, a little intimidated.
Not at all. I love
You
the
sure?
mic.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it us?
So,
Did we make you uncomfortable? Is it the white presence? Is that what it
Not
is?
at all.
Should we take a knee and make you feel comfortable or no?
Hey, man, I'm black Irish, so.
I'm still here, so I'm comfortable.
Oh, good, man. Good. So,
What's the actual street address for the shop?
That's 658 Madison Ave. That's Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Okay, yeah.
Man, he needs that track. He's going to mix it for you.
Okay,
Are
great.
you-
I got you. Some email. I got you.
I'll send it to him.
There's no doubt, baby.
Are you there? Are you there every day?
7 days a week.
Oh, you guys aren't closed on Monday?
No, we
Is
don't.
it like the movies? Is it a lot of that nonsense, that talking shit throughout the day kind of stuff in there? or-
If I told you it wasn't, I'd probably be lying to you.
So it is?
A little bit of everything.
All right, so here's a new dilemma. We have 3 people in here from Bridgeport, don't even know each other. Eddie's from Bridgeport.
Izzy, what's
Jay's
up,
from
Eddie?
Bridgeport.
What's
Eddie
up,
knows
Eddie?
Edwin.
Oh, okay.
And this is what I'm talking about, Bridgeport. Y'all don't talk to each other.
Because I'm using. Sorry.
Y'all don't talk to
we,
each
we
other.
do. We talk from a distance, man. That's basically what it is about Bridgeport. Because, like, somebody has seen you or somewhere in one of the restaurants, somewhere, club, anything. It's just that we don't know each other by names individually. But somehow, some way, especially the environment we're in with a barbershop, we run across people all the
Like,
time.
do you know each other
He looks
from-
familiar. I just don't know where.
Well, he's
You know
half
what
of the
I'm
Puerto Rican population.
saying? Oh, yeah, yeah, well, yeah. I eat Spanish
Well, you
food,
might
so
know
I
him
go,
from
you know.
you might know him from the gym. You could know
Yeah,
him from
the gym,
the club,
Spanish restaurant, the club, whatever, man. But I mean, I seen him around.
That's racial profiling.
Yeah. Racial profile.
You might know him from the recent events to save Puerto Rico.
So did you?
Possibly.
Were you listening to the show, Ed?
Yeah, you're running.
No.
You're running.
No.
I can hear you.
So you didn't hear the line for the song?
No, I didn't hear it.
Okay. It's Eddie eats a lot. Guess it's better than doing shots. How he stays cut is the question. You ought to see his workout sessions.
There you go. No, I'm around. I'm the. I just came from a meeting. I'm the vice president of the Puerto Rican Parade of Fairfield County. So every time you see the parade come down Park Avenue,
Yeah, nice.
I'm in there.
See, that's what I'm saying. How long you been doing that?
I've been doing that for a few years now.
Yeah, so the barbershop is right where the parade leaves.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
We've seen this guy tons of times.
He might have been stealing your hubcaps or something.
I got rims
If
on
you
the
got
car.
nice ones.
It ain't missing.
Believe me, they know how to steal rims.
Thank God he didn't get to mine yet.
You know how to get that lock nut off. He ain't playing.
That's what's up. I performed for the Puerto
No.
Rican
I've been around for a little while, but I stayed out the main scene. I stayed out of the main scene for some time now. I've been
right.
He's the
laying low.
power behind the chair.
I've been laying low. I was out there for a while, but
No, that's good.
You laid that pipe low. You didn't hear the track coming in?
no.
I see.
You weren't listening tonight.
No, I wasn't listening.
Oh,
Nah,
my
nah,
goodness.
I was speeding.
Nobody's listening until the Yankees lose.
We expect your critique when you get in, man.
No,
We
no.
wanna
Until
know
the
what we're
Yankees
doing
lose,
wrong.
we ain't got no listeners
Not
yet.
this time.
They're losing. Are you a Yankees fan, Ed?
Yes, are they losing?
Yankees
No.
won 6-4. Game is over.
Oh, that's why we're getting listeners now.
Is the game really over?
Game is
Yeah,
over.
just
It's 2-2? Nice.
2-2 now.
Nice.
So, game 5 in.
Yeah. Here, Yankee Stadium.
No,
No,
they don't
not
have the
game
home
5.
field.
No, they go 2-3-2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it
one
is.
more
Oh,
Yankee
game
game.
5,
true,
yeah.
true, true.
Okay, they do 2-3-2. I don't like that format.
You said that earlier. But
So-
I don't see how else you're going to do it.
Is being a barber
How they used
is
to.
that a art in itself? Like, you get a lot of disgruntled people. So you fuck someone's head up, you ruin their week.
Yeah, so if you
No,
do a
not
good
their
job
week.
on
Because
it-
you know, black
Their
people's
month.
hair grow in a week. It's like a weed, right?
That's a good thing on my behalf.
Like if you fuck them up on Friday, they're back Thursday.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Sunday morning.
You do shaves too?
Shaves,
do the old fashioned style shave?
Hot towel shave.
Oh,
You
my
do.
Black
goodness.
mask for the black heads. I do
See,
everything, man.
I'm keeping the 70s down below. I wouldn't. Would you do that? Would you shake now?
Hey.
No. Okay.
I said I do it all.
I figured, but you ain't doing it all then. Shit. Don't lie and say you do it all. So it's in. Did you teach yourself or did you go to school? You have to go to school in Connecticut, right?
Yes.
Oh my God, you're a bitch.
No, I just shut it a little bit because I'm freezing.
But you got to go to school in Connecticut because you need to maintain the license, right?
Yes.
And do they come and check on you?
Periodically. It depends on normally what, the area you're in, if people are going by, by without, certifications and stuff, obviously they're going to be checking more so than the shops that's legit.
Can we use the Barberside water to make crack? No.
I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Okay, I'm just wondering. I'm trying to get a hustle on the side. And the water ain't working out because sometimes when you put too much water,
Okay. Yeah.
You get a lot of repeat customers, obviously, right?
Yes, that's the main focus. You want to focus on the ones that are supporting you.
Lift up your mic a little bit.
You want to support the ones that are supporting you most definitely.
Thanks, Jay. There you go.
That's the way you want to be.
There you go. So the ones that, and it's your community that takes care of you, right?
Yeah, but nevertheless, you want to treat them the same as a regular customer, a new customer. It's all the same. Want to keep the same services.
I wish that was the same true because we get one listener that listens about 5 minutes and never comes back. The fuck kind of nonsense is this shit? Eddie does the same shit too. He won't talk to us for the whole week.
So are you?
Then he shows up on the show.
He shows up on the show because how Puerto Ricans are. They think, well, if I show up.
So are you strictly a barber or are you a hairstylist as well?
Oh well, we're at the shop right now that I'm at. I'm strictly a barber, but I never settle for less or I don't have a comfort zone when it comes to cutting hair. So far as
Well, no. What I meant by that was like women will come in for hairstyles, whereas guys will come in for cuts. So I was just wondering.
You do weaves?
I do weaves, but I don't do weaves, man. It's not my comfort zone.
You can't. Can you cornroll a white guy? Because I'm looking at cornroll. Because I'm trying to grow my hair.
I've already advised him that does not look good on white people.
I suggest you to cut it, but I will braid it.
Can you make like designs and stuff? I mean,
yes, as well.
Okay.
Pete ain't white.
Okay.
My credit score ain't white.
Okay, white.
Where do you cut out of?
I cut off Headquarters Barbershop 2. That is on Madison Ave, Bridgeport, Connecticut.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all live in the same city. Don't know where the fuck y'all are.
No, I know where headquarters is.
Well, he's learning. He's learning.
Eddie's the mayor of Puerto Rico.
He's working on it.
No, well, I saw the Just Right house. I wasn't sure if you was at Just Right Cuts over there on Park Ave.
Yeah, actually, this is an affiliation with my boy here. He's a partnership with the studio, so I represent my people.
Yeah, shout out to Justin and all of them up there, man. Justin, J-Rock, Kells, Gentry, all of them in Just Right Studios and Just Right Records.
Yes.
You make a good living cutting hair, or are you struggling?
I'm not gonna lie to you. About 4 months ago, I was working full time at Town Fair Tire. I am no longer there 4 months straight, and I'm not even looking back.
No,
not at all.
Good for you, man.
Is now when you see the movies like that Ice Cube makes and stuff? Is that a real barbershop, like to where that kind of nonsense goes on all day? Because if it is, I'm going.
I feel like it's more like a televised, theme of a barbershop. More so, yeah. Half of it is true.
Half of it's true. Like
About
which part?
half.
Because I want to know which part's true. Because it's
all right. Well,
it's kind of funny, especially when you got someone.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah. When you got the old 65-year-old man and they're going, fuck Stevie Wonder. He was never fucking.
No 65-year-old would say that.
OJ did it.
Yeah, OJ did it. I love people like that. You know what I mean?
sounds like me.
That's my dream, is to sit down with a 70-year-old plus man, except for this one, he's miserable. The ones that are just like, give you so much knowledge, and just you want to just sit there and play chess with him, even though if you don't know how to play chess. You just want to, yeah, man, back in my day, I was getting so much pussy.
Challenge them.
Yes. The pussy back in the day, they didn't have to worry about no disease. And,
Well, not until the 70s.
You had to worry about disease. You just wasn't worried about it as much.
I believe people have been dying from syphilis for a couple thousand years, man.
But the problem in the 70s was that's when AIDS began.
Let me ask you a professional question. A person what age should a person stop trying to grow their hair long?
Honestly, I feel like at 21.
Really?
For real. Yeah.
So what am I? Am I at a midlife crisis?
Hey, listen, get rid of it.
Yeah. All right.
It's not so cut it all off, but keep that.
I'm trying to go Rick James, man.
Nah, I don't
know.
know.
Yeah, but you're not Rick James.
It looks
you
silly
trying
on
Rick
the white.
James. I don't know if Rick James trying you. I don't know.
Yeah,
It looks silly on white people. I keep on telling him, but he's not listening to it.
I literally have Jerry curls when it's long.
You're holding on to,
Yeah, a midlife crisis, man.
Let
We went roller skating Friday, and I'll tell you what, I cut the floor up.
Did you get your groove back or what?
Yes, what? Mike, tell him.
Peter got the groove
Yeah,
back.
he got his groove. He got his groove back, and I pulled the groin muscle.
I didn't. At first, I didn't because I was on rental skates. But yeah, I killed it.
It was fun.
Yeah,
it was good.
I will do it again in a heartbeat.
I killed it, man. I did backwards. I did everything. I was what? I tell you what, though, I ain't gonna lie. My fucking my cankles, they were on fire. They were on fire, and then I ended up getting a pair of boot skates, and then it went away. But man, it's Eddie's saying, "What's up?"
Didn't you say that you had a line that's coming out of like hair stuff that you wanted to talk about?
Actually, I don't really recall.
You bringing back Rejuvenator?
Yeah, he said. I don't recall mentioning a line, but while it's on the topic, I also have a clothing line in the works. Actually, I haven't launched it yet because I'm waiting to get everything up to par to where I can actually push it to the almighty. So I'm the type that don't start it unless I finish it. So, in the process, I have a barber line.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, up and coming. Like I said, I'm not in a rush. I want to slowly but surely get things put out right and with the.
Can
right
you make
people.
something that makes ashy go away?
I can't.
You
do
can't.
Man, just tell him Jergens and
listen,
keep it moving.
My knuckle's
Cocoa
still
butter.
ashy from 9 o'clock this morning, so I can't.
My ashy is called psoriasis, so I can't get that shit.
So I mean, it sounds like you're an official barber. Let me ask you a question. You come from Bridgeport, right?
Okay.
And you don't have to answer if you don't want to. But how do you feel about there being a barber shop in almost every corner?
Who said that today? Who said that?
I mean,
sure
because I mean, I'm from Bridgeport. I lived there all my life, and I mean, I'm an East Sider. The East Side, every corner is a barber shop, and they're not all official. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel as an official barber? You're doing your thing, but you got these other, whatever. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Cutthroats, kind of. You know what I mean? Is that something that you really think about at all, or you just, you know what I mean?
Honestly, I like to think of a barbershop like a basketball team. You have the star, you have the other people that's just basically, just holding up, just holding up the space. I like to think of it like that. Obviously, my the barbershop I'm at is not a bad team, so we're all pretty much independent. Yes. We're all willing to have a customer come in and come back. That it's all about the comeback.
Yes.
It's not about how I can sit you down and give you a good look. It's
Boo
about
likes
how
come on his back.
Yeah, it's about how you're gonna come back and how you're gonna refer my name to another individual that's gonna actually come back as well. So it's all about
So you work hard at the cuts.
Yeah, I work hard. I actually put my love in.
So you want somebody to say, "Hey, where'd that cut come from?"
What's harder, white people here or black people here?
White people.
It's harder?
Yeah.
Why? Because they want more styles and designs?
Nah, because y'all have the blonde hair. It's kind of hard to blend sometimes.
I guess my question is more like do you see it as like they're like fucking up the game? Like, you know what I mean? Like if you're like a rapper, right? And you love like real rap, and then you see these little dudes coming up with what they call rap, and you're like, man, they're fucking up the game.
Kind of like mumble rap to DMX?
Do you see like these little barbershop, these little dudes like fucking up the game because they're not giving it the respect and the love that they should? The respect and the love that you give it. Obviously, you have like a barber line and all this stuff, so you respect the craft. obviously they don't.
Yeah, honestly, I like it. It's like I like to think of it like as if I was a preacher. There's 1,000 churches out there. I got to give a word that someone's gonna listen to. You know what I mean?
All right.
That's how I like to see it. As.
Yeah, I mean, some of the shops that you're talking about, people will go there, but they won't go back.
Yeah, that's the thing. Anybody can go.
What he's trying to do and what he's doing is building the place where they're going to go back.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to fill the pew.
Yeah, and also tell a friend because if
That's
they
right.
keep the secret, what good is it?
Yeah, definitely. And you're in the right spot too, because I mean, obviously, you say headquarters, you already know. So yeah.
So what's going to be in your barber line?
Well, my audience is focusing on people of like me that do the same thing. You know, obviously, I want the whole barber's audience. You know, and also for my clients as well. I want them to be able to rock a gear that they can say, yeah, this is representing my barber, and this is where he's at. And, you know, that's my ideal thing. You know, I want to wear a shirt or hat that says something pertaining to me and what I do, so someone can say, "Oh, where'd you get that hat?" Well, yeah, they got it from this person, but he's also a good barber, and you know. And that's pretty much my audience. You know, other barbers that can rock the gear and say, you know, this is how I'm feeling.
Have you ever turned away somebody because they had a nasty head? Like
No, I
lice
put
and
my
shit?
gloves on.
You do? Like someone comes in with a do-rag, got all fucked up, knotted hair. And...
I helped them untangle the knot, but let's what I'm gonna
You
put the
do?
gloves
You just
on.
shave that shit, right?
Yeah.
They need to cut it.
You need to cut it.
You know, they in Southbury, a buddy of mine started a barber shop. He doesn't work it; he just started it. And Southbury is the most lily-white community there is, and all the white mothers, when they bring their sons in, they stand there with their arms crossed and they watch the barber. Do black mothers do that?
Why does this got to be a
Some
race
of them,
war?
some of them do that.
So it's pretty much a mix. I
I
mean,
can
that's a lot of
honestly say it
pressure,
don't
man.
Do you hear the
But-
crickets,
I mean, no,
Mike?
man,
Do
I'm
you
just
hear the
saying.
crickets?
Okay, I was just trying to get involved because
By bringing a
shit about
race into
barbers.
it?
I'm just going to shut up now.
Are black mothers more meaner than white mothers, is what he's saying?
Well, yeah, I think
mother
that's
is
what
a
I'm
mother.
saying.
A mother's a mother. That's right. It doesn't
mother's a
matter
mother.
what color.
Yo, but times have changed though, because now like I'm at the barber shop, right? And I see mom come in with the kid, and the kid could be 7 years old, and he get to go up to the barber and say, "Yeah, I want this and that and the
I
other."
know.
When I was a kid, I come in, sit your ass down, and he about to get this and that, and I'm like, all right.
I gotta tell the story. I gotta tell this story.
Go ahead.
Okay, my dad sends me and my brother up to get our hair cut. Right, so we go. This is back in the time of the Beatles, and we told the barber to leave it a little bit long. Okay, we get home. He takes us back up to the barber shop and he says, "Give him a butch cut."
Good.
Someone order a sexy Persian wingman.
Good. No, but times have changed, because I'm telling
That's
you,
right.
At that time,
Yeah, I know. Back in the day when it was with anything, like my mother was like, everybody's going to school in their new Jordache and their new sneakers, and my mother was like, "Let's go. We got to go get your new sneakers at the fucking Uniroyal plant." Yeah, Mom, that's what you're getting. You don't want to. You go to school barefoot.
That's right.
You don't want sneakers? That's all I can afford. That's all you get. Nowadays, it's fucking. We sound old, don't we?
Yeah, well,
Nowadays. It's true, though. Everybody's fucking entitled nowadays, man.
Well, when I was growing up, everybody wanted to wear Levi jeans, right? Well, Levi jeans were the most expensive jeans out there. What I got to wear was whatever store brand they had that was cheapest. And if I didn't like it, go get a fucking job and pay for it.
Pretty much.
I didn't know there was any
That
other
way.
jean that there was other than Levi's.
$70
Now,
jeans,
they're
and they
cheap.
can't make a pocket that doesn't show the outline of your wallet.
We got $1,700 jeans now.
Where?
Yeah.
They call Balmain.
Who's paying that?
Man, I hope them
People
jeans
paying
could
for
walk, talk, and cook for me.
That's right.
How much was a wrap of apple bottom? Come on, man. Tell me that wasn't a fail.
$2,000, $2,500.
That was epic.
Tell me that wasn't a fail,
Epic
apple
fail.
bottoms. Come on, man.
I know, it's a
they
market.
made a lot
Get
of
them
money.
outta
There's
here.
a market for different type of people out there, man. They like to spend that money to feel important. You know?
And
Well,
apple
what's-
bottoms,
it
they
is.
made a lot of money off of apple bottoms, man.
Who is it that's selling
That was Melly
sneakers?
brand, right?
Yep.
Apple bottoms. Or...
Yep.
Who is it that's selling
Nelly-
sneakers
Nelly
for
owns it.
$500 a pair?
Stash House.
No,
Every
not
black
Jordan.
athlete that made it big.
No. The father with the three sons that are going to be
Oh,
good
he's
basketball
talking about LeVar Ball.
Yeah.
Or father, whatever
Yeah.
his name is.
Yeah. $500 for a pair of sneakers. Yeah. Come on.
Like he
I mean,
said, I better
Jordans-
cook and clean for me,
Yeah,
too.
that's right.
I better suck my dick.
They ought
all
to
the time.
They better tie themselves.
That way.
They better tie themselves. Yeah.
That way.
Yeah, it better tug on my balls. It better cup my balls for $500.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So look, it sounds like you have a lot going on, right? With all the barber stuff and your clothing line, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So you see yourself as like a
An entrepreneur.
like an entrepreneur, like a leader, or can you see yourself as like a number 2 or number 3? And the reason I say that is because everybody wants to be a number 1, but everybody's not made it.
Everybody in the club getting
like, you know what I
tips.
mean? Everybody wants to be like the man to come up
Top
with the plan.
dog.
But sometimes you might be good being a number 3, dude. Like, you know what I mean? So you see yourself as a number 1, or you think you could fit in if somebody else comes through with a good plan?
Honestly,
He just wants to eat, man.
I'm just saying because for whatever reason, everybody wants to live that life of the entrepreneur, the number 1, the top dog. That shit ain't meant for everybody.
Till it comes to the hard work. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I done been top dog, I feel like, and with a crew of people, and then I feel like I've been 6 men off the bench. I feel like it's all of what you put it into. You know what I mean? It's like you could have the star, the role, you know what I mean? But he not putting in that 8-1 work. You know what I'm saying? It's all about your work ethic, you know what I'm saying? I like to say it as you get what you put in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what rank you at. If you there playing with number 1 role, that's role number 1 that you're supposed to be playing. You know what I mean? Whatever position it is, you got to play to the best ability. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're a bottom or a top, boo, you just got to make it, last.
Well, the whole fact of the matter is you keep working hard until you're happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
And that's the name of the game. When you hear these people nowadays going on like all this political bullshit and all this stuff where we didn't have this, we didn't have that. It's like you ain't ever gonna get it by being a complainer.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And they throw that white privilege shit around. And I wasn't asked to be white. I wasn't asked to be here. My parents just got drunk that night, and here I am. You know what I mean? And it's like, just because I'm white doesn't mean I got my house. I had to struggle to get my house. I was struggling with a drug addiction, and that's something that I brought on myself. But everything I got, I had to struggle for. Now, it wasn't like it was handed to me because I have a certain color. I think for all of us to get past all this kneeling bullshit and all this other bullshit, we got to see past what it is and condemn the ones that are causing the problem.
Yeah.
If we can all sit in this room, anybody see a color barrier in here?
No.
We cracked white, black jokes all night. We're all still cool.
Right.
We ain't beating each other up. Why can't it be like that every day? People
It's
say,
feelings. It's feelings.
Is it feelings?
Life
There
life has
are
a lot of feelings.
people out there, Peter, that don't have the empathy that you have.
Right, but I can look down my street in West Haven and not see any color race wars or anything. I see white people getting on the bus with black people and...
Yeah, that's a blessing though, but you don't live the life other people live though at the same time. You know what I mean? So some people go through things that you probably never been through. So you also have to keep that in mind as well.
Oh,
you know
fucking
what I mean?
crackhead. What didn't I been through?
Bro.
I've been to the projects at 4 a.m, Ed. I know.
But Peter,
I'm not saying I'm an expert. I'm saying...
I know. It's just people go through different things which kind of makes them who they are.
Not
For
only
me,
drugs either.
You know what makes me mad? I give someone $100, he gives me sheetrock. That's fucking oppression. Why you give me sheetrock?
And then you got people that's missing a meal, wishing they had that 100 to spend on that.
Exactly.
I know.
So like I say like every day like Bridgeport, that's my life. Like I'm Bridgeport. Like I love Bridgeport. That's my city. But everybody else is like, fuck Bridgeport. It ain't shit. But I went to Baghdad. I was in Baghdad. That ain't shit. That's crazy out there. That ain't no life. So when I lived there and I came back, it's beautiful to me.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So it depends on where you've been.
It's a matter of perspective.
Yeah, true.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you got to remember, for where you think it's bad, it's worse somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
And they can't understand that.
But if you only been here, then you don't know that.
But you can't argue, like they can't argue when they say, oh, there's white privilege and there's all this bullshit while they're tapping away at internet. They're not really that oppressed if they have enough internet or an ability to go on the internet or have these little things that other people have.
Peter, wait a second. Anybody who
Oh my
has
God,
a
here we
phone-
go. Hang on.
No.
Oppressed means you're not eating and you're not getting fed and this and that. You still have some luxuries because you worked. No.
Can the brown
I'm
people
oppressed.
say something, please?
I'm oppressed.
Can
I'm not
the
eating.
brown
No, you're
people
depressed.
say something, please? If you are lighter than brown, shut the fuck up and let the brown people speak. Thank you.
Listen, Diva, I've
that-
had enough of your shit all week.
If you don't think that doesn't create resentment with white people by saying that, then you're being insensitive to white people.
No, let him
What
speak.
you're saying is shut the fuck up.
Let him speak. Let him speak.
Can I speak now? Is it okay with you?
It is.
Thank you.
I thought you were. You paused, so I piped in.
Here's the thing. When you talk about oppression, when you talk about this, that, and the other thing, you have not lived the other person's life, just like I have not lived yours. And so if I want to take a knee and you want to stand, we both have that right because we both live in America.
Wait,
Hang on, I'm not fucking done yet.
Right.
Because
Diva, relax for a minute.
Because this shit pisses me off.
We didn't go down the road about the fucking knee. All I said was, you're oppressed if you don't make a life for yourself. There is nobody in this room, nobody in this country or world that's going to stop you from going to make a living and getting shit yourself like Jay here is doing, like he's doing with his barbershop. They can get pulled over 100 fucking times, but they're going to get pulled over while they're going to work. So you can't just, you can say what you want, but you can make your life too. Like, if he gets pulled over 100 times, guess what? He's a better man because he lets them pull him over while he's on his way to work trying to make a difference. I'm not saying shit ain't happening. I'm not saying that it's not happening. I'm not disclaiming that it's happening. What I'm saying is what you do with the situation is what I'm upset about. No one handed me my house, boo. Nobody. I fought for weeks and months. You guys read the thread. I fought for months to get my house because people didn't do their job. It's because I stayed at it. What I'm getting mad is the people that don't stay at it and look past what the getting pulled over shit is. If you get shot, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I can't tell you why the cop did what he did.
Right.
My nephew's a cop. I want him to come home every day, but he's gonna get shot because other people want to name every cop bad. And this is why it hurts me the most. I'm not saying 98% of cops aren't bad, because maybe they are.
50%.
But my nephew shouldn't get shot because of that 98%. You shouldn't get shot because you're black. He shouldn't get shot because he's Puerto Rican. No one should get shot because of a minority of a few. You know what I mean?
No, definitely.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying there's no wrong or rights in this world. I'm just saying I want my nephew to come home every night.
Then have your nephew stand up and point out the bad fucking cops so they get fired.
And we don't know if he's doing that or not because we don't know what he says.
He's not doing it because the union will fire his ass.
Well, we don't know what he's saying in the locker room. That's what I'm saying. We don't know what he's doing to his fellow officers. He could be getting blackballed in his. He could be saying what you're saying, Bob, in the locker room, and they won't talk to him during the shift. They won't go respond to a robbery that he's at by himself because he opened his mouth. We don't know if he's doing that
and that's what's wrong with the police departments right now.
Okay, but I'm not. That's not what I'm saying.
But the kneeling is what's calling that to attention.
But I didn't want to go to the kneeling part. I'm talking about.
That's because you don't want to face the actual reality of the situation. There is a problem.
Okay.
And
there is a problem with everything.
Well, yeah, but they don't get addressed if you don't do something about it.
All right, but there's whites being killed by blacks being killed by whites. Why don't we just pick apart all of it? Why are we just taking on one situation? Let's get
Don't get rid of racism.
So what do you get rid of cops and we get rid of racism?
No, you don't get rid of racism without talking about it.
Can I finish my point, please? I've been sitting and listening to y'all argue while I'm trying to make a simple point. My simple point is this. The same rules need to apply to everybody. And if the rules that you're following, I can't follow, something's wrong. If rules that I'm following that you can't follow, something's wrong. The same rules need to apply to everybody. And if they're not being applied equally to everybody, then somebody has to say something. And I'm sorry that it makes some people uncomfortable, but we're saying something because the rules aren't being applied equally. That's all. And if the rules aren't being applied equally to you, then you need to say something. That's it. The same rules need to apply to everybody, and they're just not. And just because it makes some people uncomfortable that a lot of other people are speaking up about it, I'm sorry that injustice makes you feel uncomfortable. But
and injustice, can I just pipe in? And it's not so much, it's a poverty thing. You understand? It's a poverty thing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Hang on, we got a caller. Hang on. Caller, you're live.
Yes, how you doing? I'm sitting there checking out the show, and it's really bugs me out how a white man can sit there and talk about people not being impressed. Because I want to ask this white guy, what do you know about racial profiling? Which means that you're pulled over because you're black. What do you know about growing up in a community where the schools in white neighborhoods, public school systems, mind you, are being educated more than the schools in black communities? What do you know about not getting a job because of the color of your skin? So if you have never experienced that, it's very insensitive to get on the air and act like kumbaya and we all one happy where.
All right, you asked your question. So why didn't you get a job? Did you put yourself? Wait, hold on.
Me personally, I'm talking about black people as a race.
And you don't think Portuguese people, Puerto Rican people, Japanese people don't feel the same?
I'm talking about racism, where because this color of your skin, you don't get a job, and a white man gets a job that's more deserving to a black man. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. I'm talking about how black people come out of prison and can't get jobs because of felonies. But then when you go to Wall Street, white people have been in prison for white-collar crime can get jobs. So racism is when you systematically hold other people down. That's why they say black people can't be racist, because we're not in position to systematically hold nobody else down. But white people are. So the whole thing is black people experience this every day. You don't experience what a black man experiences. So it's not your place to get on the air and act like kumbaya. You can speak for your experience. And when someone else come and speak for their experience, then you have to respect that, because we all have our own situation. Now, if you want to be a crackhead and you be in a that's your business. So you put yourself in that. That's your business. But what you went through as a black white man went through basically what you put yourself into. What we put ourselves into a black man, we have no choice of it. It's just where we landed because of the color of our skin.
So you wait a minute. So because you color your skin, you couldn't get out of the hood you lived in, made a better life for yourself by working a fucking 40. Hold on a minute. No, you spoke. Let me speak. So you wait. No, because now you wait. No. Hold on a second. Let me finish. You're assuming that because you grew up in a fucking neighborhood that you assume. Oh my God! Can I speak? Can I speak? This is the problem. This is the problem.
Where do I live at?
I don't know where the fuck you live at, okay?
So why are you talking about I live in a hood?
I didn't say you. You asked me for an opinion.
You said you. You said the wires.
This is why we can't have debates, because you don't shut the fuck up.
No.
Yes, you don't shut up. You don't let no one speak.
No, because you're
I'm ignorant. I'm ignorant, motherfucker. My mother, listen. I'm ignorant and you won't shut the fuck up. My mother made $130 a week and raised 4 boys. You want to talk about fucking being in poverty? Yes, I'm Portuguese, motherfucker. I'm not white. I'm Portuguese. Okay, my mother made $130. Would you shut the fuck up? I can't even fucking, you stupid, ignorant motherfucker. My mother made $130 a week. You know what she didn't do every week? She didn't bitch about what she didn't make, because she was an immigrant and they wouldn't give her a fucking job above $8 an hour. You know what she did? She took that $130 a week, she fed 4 fucking boys, and she did a part-time job to make sure we had fucking food and clothes on our fucking shit. So I don't know what it's like to be a black man, and I love the black men that are in here, and I'm not trying to treat them any different. I'm trying to understand why, if you're in a situation to where you can be in America and find a fucking job to get yourself out of the fucking hood, then that's what you should do. I'm never oppressing anybody. And don't call me fucking racist or whatever the fuck you want to call me without letting me rebuttal. That's the fucking problem right nowadays. Because I support Trump and I support a few things. You want to call me whatever the fuck you want and then overtalk me like you King James. You ain't fucking King James. My mother made $130 a week and figured out a way. I ain't even answering your ignorant ass. Because my mother made $130 a week and fed 4 boys. She fed 4 boys. You want to talk about oppressed? How about these immigrants that built this fucking country? And she came here as a Portuguese fucking immigrant, didn't know a goddamn English word, and she went 20 years later and passed the fucking immigrant test. That's what she fucking did. That's what she fucking did, okay? Yes, I do know how the fuck it's like to live in the ghetto. I lived in a fucking apartment with 4 brothers, and we shared a fucking bed. So yes, I know. So don't try to fucking come at me like I don't fucking know and call me ignorant. Because you know what? I support more motherfuckers with my radio station than you do with your fucking stupid Spike Lee fucking ideology, motherfuckers. Shut the fuck up. God damn it. Tell me I don't live. My mother made $130 a week, man. Don't tell me what it's like to live in fucking poverty. We ate Spam, motherfucker, every day. But she put garlic on it and made us feel better. Shit. Try to eat Spam every fucking day. Shit out of me.
That way.
You think
I hear.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do this race war with y'all.
I hear a couple of different perspectives in the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I think.
Jesus.
Ultimately, we all trying to get to the same place, but we're using different energy to get there. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But he wouldn't let me talk, Jay. He asked me questions.
I understand that, and until it happens, until we can understand, each other as to what angle to take and how to channel it in the proper direction, then we're not going to accomplish anything that we really want to accomplish. You see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, and
yes, we did. You guys are in here. We're all getting along. That's accomplishment.
Yes,
Thank you.
And the thing about it
if we got into a discussion like this prior to this interview, there might have been something different. I'm just saying.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So the point is that in order to get what you want done, you have to go by the right measures. You may want to talk and have a forum and whatever it is, dispute each other. But the point at the end of the day is we still all struggling in that same form to get to places we need to get to.
And that's why I said it's important that we all do our best to make sure that everybody is treated equally and fairly.
And
that's what it all boils down to. And if somebody is not being treated equally and fairly, then something needs to be said about it. And if that makes some people uncomfortable, well, you know what? Deal with it. Put your big panties on and deal with it. That's all.
You need. Right now, my father used to crack me up because he always used generality.
I apologize for all that shit, man.
There's nothing to apologize for, Peter.
No, because he's my guest, man.
This is the real show, and and this is what it is. You know what? Like honestly, just keep it real. That guy you was talking to is part of my team.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, dude.
And
Sorry,
it's all right.
I'm apologizing.
No, I mean, you guys express yourself as you need to, but he's a strong individual who has belief just like you are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Respect each other's opinion, basically, at the end of the day.
Everybody got a different point of view.
Different point of view.
And the
we
bottom
don't want to cross
line...
nobody. No, shout out to, Rob for calling in, too. I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? And he just needed to kind of understand exactly what was going on from what he heard. You know what I mean? I think that's him calling back now.
You calling a different number?
No, probably somebody else.
You're live on PPRN.
What's up, Peter? It's Mike from the Screaming Eagle Man.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
I've been listening to you. How you doing, Bob?
I'm good.
I've been listening to you guys. You guys are on a great subject right now, I think, man. Absolutely.
It's a hard subject, man.
It's a hard subject.
And not many people can yell at each other on the radio station. And this is what we got to work through as a country.
Mike didn't hear the phone call on the other end, so that wasn't fair to your buddy. Who's your friend?
Rob.
Mike didn't hear, unless he was listening to the radio.
Oh, yeah, Rob.
He didn't hear the other end of it, and that's not fair because he wasn't able to be heard. Unless he was on the actual station.
Oh, okay.
Because Mike heard it through.
I'm actually listening to you live on the air.
Okay, good. So you heard it both.
Right.
Yeah, I heard what was going on, yeah. I mean, it's a touchy subject, there's no doubt. I mean, look, there's racism that goes on with every race out there right now. I mean, you got Islamic race, hatred. You have Indian hatred. You have black hatred. You got Puerto Rican hatred. You got white hatred. I mean, this country is so divided right now. It's crazy.
I believe that.
Yeah. Well, I've got to go back. When I was growing up, my father was one of those guys who used He hated the blacks because they were making a mess. But his best friend was a black guy. So what I learned was from my father was judge every individual I come across as an individual. Okay? And if we start to teach that to people, start to teach our kids that, then maybe we've got a chance to overcome this crap. Because it is very frustrating.
It is. It is. And there is no doubt when you see a black guy get murdered by a cop on camera and the judicial system cannot convict that cop, I could see the frustration.
For no reason.
And I could see the anger because, God, I mean, anybody could see that some of these murders are just ridiculous. They're murders. And it's just horrible to watch. And then the judicial system cannot make a conviction. That hurts everybody.
Stop drinking. You said judicial system.
Judicial. Judicial. Did I slur it? I only had one beer.
You did slur it.
I only had one beer. It's just a hard word for me.
But I guess where I'm coming from is that I learned, now my father didn't teach it to me, but I learned it from my father, to judge every individual I come across based on how they act.
And you said it perfect. We can go apples or oranges for oranges or whatever the fuck the phrase is. We always bring up how the blacks are getting killed by the cops. But you got to understand, too, there's also whites being killed driving through the wrong neighborhoods. There's also Asians being killed being in the wrong city. There's also...
Yeah, man.
The problem... Wait, hold on, Mike. The problem is it's what the media wants to publicize and get ratings on. There's... Right now, 15 people just got killed. There might be 3 blacks, 3 whites, 3 Chinese, 3 Puerto Rican. But the media's going to focus on whoever's got a hair across their ass. They're going to focus on why the black person got killed.
Well,
yes, the blacks are being killed by the cops. I understand that. But there's also white idiots, too, that are being killed by cops.
There is.
Because
Absolutely.
they're reaching for their gun or they're reaching for something stupid like a candy bar. There's all types of races. But me personally, I think it hits it hits black people harder because of what your ancestors went through. Mm-hmm. I get that. But it seems to, I think you guys have more... How do I say it without being an idiot? You guys have more feeling towards it. You guys take that shit more personal. Like if a white dude dies, we're like, all right, let's mourn. All right. You know what I mean? You guys...
He was doing something wrong.
You go down to Louisiana, they got a band procession. Everybody mourns differently, and they celebrate that life. I think it's the way it's handled. Let's say that it's more passionate. But, and maybe I am not seeing it right, and maybe your friend was right that I'm not seeing...
And we have the perfect example. Last time President Obama was in office, when President Obama was in office, he was a black man. He was very well loved in the country, okay? Now we got a white guy in there that they continually keep bashing every other fucking week. As much as I support our president, I don't give a shit if it was Obama or if it was President Trump. I support the president of the United States, okay? But there's as much bashing of a white president right now more than there was of a black president. There's bashing in every freaking race, period.
Yeah, they're just...
God, it's hard to talk about a mentally ill president.
Well, come on now.
Well, Ken, I want to say one last thing, and it has to do with treating people equally and fairly. I know I keep on beating that horse, but that's the only way we're going to get through this, is if everybody treats everybody equally and fairly. And by the way, racism isn't other people's problems.
It's everybody's.
Racism is everybody's problem, which means that if you go through a day wherein you don't treat somebody equally and fairly, you're part of the problem for that day. So I would encourage everybody out there that as you go about your day, make it a conscious choice every day, no matter who you meet, to treat that person equally and fairly. Because if you don't, for that moment, you are part of the problem. And that's period, point blank.
Amen.
Kumbaya,
90%
baby.
of the people around you probably treat you pretty fairly for the most part. But why do we focus on the 10% that don't?
Yes, thank you.
Because that 10% isn't getting us to 100%.
No. Look, 90% of the people around you treat you good. Stop focusing on the fucking 10%, bro.
No, you're not. You didn't hear me.
Yeah, but the 10%.
I said that 10% is holding us back from getting to 100%, and 100% is
10%,
possible.
There's bad in everything. There's a bad cop. There's a bad fireman. There's a bad wife. There's a bad husband. There's 10% of, or whatever, 5%, or even narrow it down to 1%. The 1% of the bad is always going to overcome the good. Why? Because that's what people focus on.
Yeah,
If we
but
would
Mike,
stop focusing like the news. Stop encouraging these motherfuckers all the time.
Yeah, but
it
Mike,
probably wouldn't be so bad.
my problem with the whole situation right now, Mike, is the fact that the police unions are protecting the bad cops.
And exactly. And that we could go back, whatever. What runs a union? What runs a union, boss? Who started the unions?
Well, the Gambinos.
That's not true.
So that shit ain't going to stop.
That's not true. They end up getting controlled by the
There's too much
Gambinos. But no,
power.
that's
What
not
runs the world is money.
But
money will always rule, unfortunately.
So can money stop racism?
And Wu-Tang said that shit. Cash rules everything around me.
And the truth is, if we don't speak to that 10% grows. If we keep quiet, that 10% gets to 15. And if we keep quiet about that 15%, it is true. If you give people an inch, they will take a mile.
Into something,
Mike,
it makes it grow.
And that's what gets to me. Like when I'm on Facebook and someone says, "Don't let the haters bring you down," it's the same thing as what Mike is saying right now. He's saying if you let it bother you, because there is 80% of other people that will treat you like a human being. If you let the 20 bother you, it's going to make your life worse, not anybody else's.
Okay, but here's the thing. I'm not saying that it bothers me.
It does, though.
I'm not saying that it's getting.
Obviously, it does.
Okay,
It
but
does.
let me.
No,
Okay,
no.
That's not what I'm trying to say here. What I'm trying to say here is we need to call attention to wrong. Period. If we don't.
It has been calling attention. Does it seem to be getting anywhere? It's been calling to attention since the 50s and 60s.
Well, then I would
But
say.
it is. Hey, come on now.
I would say.
I've been around through all of those years, and it's gotten better, but there's still a long way to go.
And honestly.
Exactly. That's absolutely true. It's gotten better, and it's still got a long way to go.
And honestly, we may disagree on this point, but I will stand firm, and you can stand firm on your point as well, because that is your right. I believe if you give people an inch, they will take a mile. Period.
Some
Point
people,
blank.
not all.
Okay. And that's fine, and I agree, but I believe that people who want to stay wrong, if you allow them to stay wrong, they'll take a mile every single time.
While I'm at
That's
it, don't
all.
forget to check out Screaming Eagle Band. They just released. We're going to be releasing an album starring Johnny Neal, who was part of the Allman Brothers. Their song is on rotation here at PPRN. Check out Michael Turgeon. This dude is the hardest working band member I know. They do between 3 to 4 shows a week, and we have their poster behind me, as a matter of fact. When they released Smoking with the Preacher, Mike and I spent the night at a bar where he actually did it live here on PPRN. So, Mike, we get your point, man. I love you, man. So,
Hey, man, great show tonight, guys, and God bless you all, man.
you
Love
too, Mike. Love
Thanks,
you too,
Mike.
bud. We're gonna go
Appreciate
take a
you
little break. We'll be right back. Hopefully, there's no Spike
Hard
Lee
feelings.
movies or anything going on. All right, we love you.
Have a great night, everybody.
You too, Mike.
Peter, we could play that Start Over record before we go.
Did you send me? All I got was your single.
Oh, okay. I have to send it to you. You can't play it from YouTube then, huh?
I can play it from YouTube.
Oh, you could? Oh, yeah. So just.
This whole life seemed much too long. going on. I couldn't think of what to say. Words just vanished in the haze. I was feeling cold and tired. Yeah, kinda sad and uninspired. When it almost seemed too much. I see your face and sense the grace and feel the magic in your touch. Lay your hands on me. Lay your hands. Ooh, lay your hands. Oh, lay your hands on me. Lay your hands. Back and forth across the sea. I have chased so many dreams. I have never felt a grace that I have felt in your embrace. Why I was tired and I was cold. Yeah, with a hunger in my soul. When it almost seemed too much. I see your face and sense the grace and feel the magic of your touch. Now you make me feel so good. Yeah, like I never ever thought I would. You know you make me feel so strong. And now our laughter just goes on. So come on, lay your hands on me. As close to you is where I really wanna be. If it ever gets too much, I see your face and sense the grace and feel the magic in our touch. Lay your hands on me. Lay your hands. Ooh, lay your hands. Oh, lay your hands on me. Lay your hands. Oh, lay your hands on me. Oh, lay your hands on me. Lay your hands. Ooh, lay 'Cause I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. Because I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. my way, never love me. Rain keeps falling down, down, down. Will you recognize me? Call my name or walk on by. Rain keeps falling down, 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 down. Hey, 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 hey. Don't you try and pretend it's my feeling will win in the end. I won't harm you or touch your defenses. Vanity.
And security, don't you forget about me. I'll be alone, dancing through all the living. Don't you tear you apart. I took the vows together at heart, baby. Don't you forget about me.
Don't forget about me.
You walk on by.
Will you call my name?
Now you can sing.
See, that's the problem.
Now you can sing.
When you have that,
right?
when you have them racist fucking talks, just throw on music. Everybody's like,
Well, music and sports and war are the great equalizers.
Fuck
of,
war. That's
racism.
another fuck sports. That's another fucking argument.
Yankees, man.
That's why they're charging for this music, man.
My dick is bigger. Yankees.
Cool things down.
Yes, it does. All right, PPN Radio. We got Jay Wills in the studio.
Yes.
And his friend too, the barber.
Von the Barber.
Von the barber.
Barber.
They both put the little links on the video. 500 people saw that shit.
Yeah, hey, that's good.
Way to market.
We're going to get them lined
There
up.
you go.
Get lined up, baby. Shout out to Headquarters Barbershop, man. Bubba.
And they do
Everybody
cut
else.
white people's hair too.
Yeah, everything.
Well, that's what I was just
Hey,
talking
one thing we
about.
can say about this barber game, barbers, we don't have no race.
That's right.
definitely
That's right.
not.
These hands are universal.
The only race
money-
is the
unisex.
5K race once a year in front of his store.
Bang
That's the only race they got over there.
Money is only one color. Green.
That's right. So we're gonna check out Jay Wills. He's got a video up here on YouTube. Go check out Jay Wills. It's called Jay Wills without a Z. It's JWILS. Start over on YouTube. It's got over 8,700
Unbelievable.
hits.
Unbelievable.
So we're gonna play it right now. It's 6 minutes long, so stick with us.
I hope Rob's still listening.
For the other man.
But hold on a minute. See, now you got the barbershop in the video.
You already know.
hey.
You already know. You already know.
Your network is your net worth, baby.
Yes, it is, baby.
God damn it. Bitch, poor CT, stand up!
You see what it says? You see what it
Hey,
says?
that's being real, Peter.
Pay attention to the story, man. It's a great story.
I used to get crack right around that corner with you.
I watched this 3 times this afternoon.
Your boy Just.
Yeah, did you?
All right, can we not talk through the video? Okay. Hold on, I gotta stop it because there's music playing in the background.
For real.
Feel like my life starting over. Feel like my life starting over. Feel for the need to start over. Feel for the need to start over. Feel like my life starting over. Feel like my life starting over. Feel for the need to start over. Feeling for the need to start over. I wrote the blueprint for the other man. Put the blueprint to work for the other man. Hustle non-stop for the other man. 7 days on block for the other man. Stack 100 racks for the other man. Then a pocket full of money for the other man. Keep the burn on the hips for the other man. Make the call, keep ground safe for the other man. Got the plug and the product for the other man. Gotta keep my team clean for the other man. No sleep on streets for the other man. Gotta deal with the beef with the other man. I gotta keep it low from the popo. Streets start running from the popo. I ain't gonna run with the popo. Niggas round saying shame with the popo. I feel like my life starting over. I feel like my life starting over. I feel for the need to start over. I feel for life starting over. I feel like my life starting over. I feel for the need to start over. I'm feeling for the need to start over. Pull up on a lot for the other
For the other man.
2 or 3 whips for the other man. Got the wheels all dipped for the other man. I'm riding real clean for the other man. Got a crib out the hood for the other man. Big yard, white picket fence for the other man. Laid out like a mansion for the other man. Swimming pool, hot tubs for the other man.
Hello?
Yo, Amber. Somebody stepping out of line.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Let me know.
You gotta do this for me, alright?
Yeah, okay, I got him. I know exactly what to do.
Alright, later.
That's one set of gams.
I knew you'd like that.
He's 70.
I'm impressed that you understood what I was saying.
Oh, yeah.
Chicks at the crib for the other man. Sipping on bar joints works for the other man. She put a bash out for the other man. Said she was undercover here for the other man. I feel like my life starting over. I feel like my life starting over. I feel for the need to start over. I feel for the need to start over. I feel like my life starting over. I feel like my life starting over. I feel for the need to start over. I'm feeling for the need to start over. I feel like my life starting over. I feel like my life starting over. I feel for the need to start over. I feel for the need to start over. I feel like my life starting over. I feel like my life starting over.
Oh! Have a drink with me, man.
Have a drink with you? You set me up, man.
I didn't set you up.
Yes, you did.
What are you talking about?
You know exactly what you did.
What are you talking about?
You set me up with that girl. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know nothing about that, man.
She was a cop, man.
I didn't know she was a cop.
Man, I'm done.
You ain't done.
I'm out.
Where you going? You can't walk away from me. Get back here. I made you. Come back here. Who do you think you are?
You got the cops to do the video with you?
Yes, but somebody called the cops. So
Oh, that was a real cop?
It was a real situation. But
Really?
yes.
Nice. Thanks. Oh, look how you looking out for your man. You got shit on your face. Let me get that.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to everybody that had part to do with that video. Start Over is a web series. We got to do 6 more parts to it. Definitely.
Pretty
we
well
got over
directed,
100,000 views on Facebook for that.
Nice.
Yeah. Shout out to GB Productions, Gerald Barkley, straight out of ATL in New York. He produced that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Totally high quality, man.
Is that the thing now? Like, you got to produce your own stuff and, like, it's more notoriety locally?
Yes.
Like, it's just now that you're getting more views locally because you have the power of the internet and stuff like that?
Yeah, pretty much. I think so.
So then, when is the next
Series?
The next
We'll
video.
probably start filming that by next spring. I'm projecting.
Okay.
And
Right on.
definitely, I look forward to it. We got a lot of attention from that record.
Do you have all the episodes written out yet, or?
Yeah, we got the 6 parts written out.
Oh, cool.
All written out.
What do you mean tension? Like from the city?
What do you mean, like
You
support?
get tension from like.
Oh no, I'm saying tension. Support.
Oh, support. You got a lot of
love,
support.
yeah,
I think it's attention. Okay, all right.
I mean, no, we got attention from the cops. They was like, "Well, why guys didn't tell us?" But we thought it was gonna be 1, 2, 3 quick. So we bothered
with the cats with the gun at the end, they were
somebody
nervous.
called. Yeah, somebody saw them and like it's Bridgeport. Come on,
Right.
broad day with masks and guns. Basically, it's like,
They didn't see the camera behind you.
Well, they probably did, but just wanted to
Make
call.
sure.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
yeah. Hey,
listen, 10, 15
if they
grand,
didn't
saved
call
me
it
that
in,
money.
Yeah.
For getting those guys
Right.
in the video. So
So let me ask you this: the series that you're producing,
Right.
Is it sort of like in the lines of a visual album, like Beyonce's Lemonade, or is it? Will music be involved with the series?
Oh, no,
Will it lead it, or will it?
yeah, obvious because we started with music, so we're gonna
Right.
continue with music, but dialogues, a little more dialogues and different things in it.
So then, will it be kind of like Lemonade?
I
And
mean, you can say that, but not really because there's online. If you go to YouTube, there's a lot of different web series that's going on.
Okay.
It's not really based around music, but it's based
Okay.
around a story.
Okay.
But I designed it behind a song so I can disguise it with my music.
That's what Diddy did. He put a lot of his videos were behind stories.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean,
okay,
and he sold millions.
Yeah, it sells. Yeah,
This is something to follow on Cock Topics.
Sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was,
it's clever because nowadays it's about the visuals.
Right.
You want to go on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and see something. You just don't want to hear music anymore.
Or a picture of Eddie at the gym.
How'd you get those overhead shots?
Oh, yeah, we had a drone. We hired a drone guy to come in.
Yeah, those
to
are
get the
great
drone.
shots.
That's what I'm saying. Where'd you get those shots from?
Yeah, a drone guy from PA. Shout out to
And that
Mike,
was
I
all
think,
done
Mike.
in Bridgeport?
Yeah, everything in Bridgeport. Yeah.
Where's there a lake in Bridgeport?
Lake
Oh.
Forest.
Oh.
And you're right about that. Sorry, visual albums. Everybody's doing it now. All artists are doing it. Fergie just dropped her album, and
Really?
every one of her
Everything is visual, really?
songs
Wow.
has, and artists are just doing that now. They're-
because they want to. Social media is the key. You put it up there. Everybody wants something to look at.
No,
Drama-
you put a 30-foot fucking billboard in New York City of Fergie, and people are gonna watch that video.
Absolutely.
That's all she needs because there's a
Yes.
video of her on the West Side Highway.
Yeah, is it?
And it's just very provocative billboard.
really?
And you know what people are doing as soon as they drive by that billboard? Oh shit, Fergie got a song?
Wow,
And
that's crazy, right?
Yo, sexy
That's
as
how
fuck.
technology is wild.
Sexy
nowadays.
as fuck her billboard is.
Wow, I gotta go to New York just to take a look at that.
West Side Highway.
Okay.
It's over by the boats.
I'm there. Hudson River.
That way.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's that
yeah.
way.
That way, yeah.
What's up,
But see,
man?
Where
Fergie
the
was
money
always a
is.
sexy girl, though.
Without a doubt.
And without hooking up with Black Eyed Peas, I don't know, not Black Eyed Peas, but
Come on, Peter.
She was in the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah.
she was in Black Eyed Peas. All right,
Yeah,
so
she was.
without hooking up with him, maybe her career wouldn't have been as further as it is. But she she
like
got some
J-Lo
talent.
and Diddy, them stuff.
I think
Something
J Lo
like that.
only prospered after Mark Anthony.
I mean, that's a whole nother story.
I don't
But
know about that.
What do you mean? You think Diddy made it more than Mark Anthony did for her?
She was already there when she got to Mark Anthony.
Well, she was already there as being a fly girl.
No. By the time Mark Anthony came around, she was already.
She was already a star.
She already had
She
that
was
bag.
already a star, yeah.
she had
She
You know why she was a
dealing with
star?
Diddy.
No,
She
she
Because she had
back in the
titties and a
work.
pussy.
No, but she actually helped Mark Anthony.
No, she was hot.
know about that
Let's
either.
get real.
Exactly.
bitch.
Look, she
I don't
was
know about that
smoking.
either.
If
She
you,
was
if, you,
smoking.
if you think she helped Mark Anthony, you just don't know.
Yeah,
Right,
In the
exactly.
Puerto Rican community, his record sold a lot more, I'm sure.
Yeah, but not in our community.
Well, Puerto Ricans buy a lot. It don't matter about the white community. They support their music.
Yeah,
big
that's
time.
support.
That's like saying Selena didn't come up until she got shot.
Yeah, right.
Actually, I didn't know about Selena till the movie.
Exactly. 'cause-
Basically.
Oh, no. I
'Cause-
knew about Selena.
I knew about a song or two.
I know shit.
Oh, she was.
I don't know either. that movie made her famous.
You shot her.
No, all I'm saying is that just because they're not being played on top 40 radio.
What
doesn't
do you
mean
think
that people
about?
Don't know about them.
What do you think about all these networks and all these people now trying to dredge up the whole Biggie and Tupac thing?
I mean,
Isn't it enough already? Can we
trying to
just
make
move
money.
on?
It is
No.
enough, but at the same time, if you have two great individuals in the music industry.
But we're never gonna know the truth,
Right,
man.
true. But the point is that people still want to know what happened. They still.
But they're not going to because no one knows the truth yet.
True, but
I don't know about that
Come
either.
on, it's like a Pandora's box. I mean, you open that, you get a little peep of it until you don't go in it, and obviously you're
Do
gonna
you really
seek
think
until you figure it out somehow. You know what
Do
I'm
you
saying?
really put
Even if you
Biggie
know-
as the best of all time?
Well, I mean, in my opinion, I think they're both great artists in their own ways. I would never say one is better than the other because there's different aspects of Biggie and Tupac. And Tupac is more like poetic, and Biggie is more like a
In
type
your
of-
face.
you know, like in your face.
In your face.
But yeah,
Yeah.
like he has the swag. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you still gotta respect what they have as individuals, and not within comparison.
The new Wu-Tang, you loving it?
I heard it. Yeah, I heard it. I definitely did. It's cool. I
You think
appreciate
Meth
it.
still got it?
It's different from the original.
You don't
Wu-Tang
think he
stuff,
still
but-
got it, do you?
Nah, I mean, dude, it's a whole different type of situation out here.
He still does that.
Listen, can I just
But they
interrupt?
do.
This is coming from an artist's perspective. You can't really ask him about too much music because he's biased between all.
Okay.
All.
Yeah, listen, Meth,
Yeah.
I liked it.
He's
I
gonna
think
find
Meth
it good
still
in
did it.
any mellow tune.
Okay, all right. I still
You know
think
what I'm
Meth got
You
it.
got to remember that.
At the end of the day, yeah, you know.
Meth did a
but I
freestyle on
appreciate
Sway
it.
in the morning, and
Nah, it's dope. I like it. I mean, I like the approach. The beats are cool. And, the
but it's
message
still old
obviously-
Wu-Tang type material.
Yeah, definitely. So,
But and it's also like
matter of fact, you know who's calling me right now? My cousin who filmed a lot of Wu-Tang stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's calling me right now. The dude that produced
Tell him to
that video.
call the studio.
Yeah, let me see if I can get him to call in.
Tell him to
You know,
elaborate.
203-992-7776.
It's like with Jay-Z, you know, his new album. There are no club bangers on his new album at all. And
Unless you
he's
got DJ Manny Fresh putting that shit in the club.
well, exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
remixes for days.
Let me ask you a question. Do you not think that DJs have not helped artists as yourself or any other artist with the way that they remixed it? With the way that they remixed it and
203-992
made the club
7776.
like that. Do you think a DJ is a big part of being an
DJ
artist?
plays a big fact in the whole music.
Like when they blend something different to your lyrics, don't you think that it helps too?
Yes.
Like when they can make that shit. Like when the club is
If
like
you
this.
can make a like you said, a Jay-Z album that has no club records with a club record beat, and everybody can move to it, I feel like they did their job.
Right.
You
So
know what I
DJs
mean?
do have a big part in
Yes.
your success.
They can. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, then you're welcome.
Well,
Fuck
it's,
you, Peter.
the point I was making with Jay-Z is the same point that you were making with Method Man, is that, you know, people can say, it's soft, it's weak, but Method Man and Jay-Z are in different places than they were when they started out in the game.
Yeah,
You
but
know
Meth
what I'm
had a
saying?
certain style when he did that. That was just like his key, like his, you know, when he would like METHOD. You know what I mean? That was his spin on it. I love Meth. I love Meth. I'm sorry.
I mean, every
Not the
one
drug,
of the
but
Wu-Tang, man, has something individual to offer, man. They were just hot.
I didn't like Old
And they
Dirty.
still are.
I didn't like Old
They was
Dirty. I'm
hot.
sorry.
Yeah, I mean, no,
love
everybody
Go
got
Dirty.
their personal likes
Love
and
him.
dislikes, but the point is, man, they had something totally unique that was like, you couldn't stop it, man. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, boom.
Hottest rap group in the 90s.
I said, how was rap?
Hottest.
What is the hottest rap group in the 90s?
Man.
Salt and Pepper.
No.
All day.
Fuck
What?
that, Salt and Pepper.
Locks.
What?
How about the Locks?
Locks is dope, yeah, definitely. I would say Locks is hot. Not the hottest, but they was, you know.
Who was the hottest in your
I
eyes?
mean, I don't.
Not 50.
There was a whole bunch of them, man.
Not 50.
Jay's out, 50's out. There's a bunch of them. Nas was hot at the time. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of them.
Kwame.
Yeah,
They have one hit wonder.
You said one hit wonder.
Yeah.
Only you. All right, that's the only
Biggie-
song you got.
Well, Biggie buried him, and that's unfortunate because I believe Kwame had a
I
lot
like it.
more in
I
him.
think Life After Death was the most inspirational album in the 90s. I think that put and then when Dre came out with his beats, there's no one. Let me tell you the song that put goosebumps in everybody, and I know you're gonna probably say "fuck you." The song that put goosebumps in everybody in the 90s to me was "In the Club."
In the club, yeah,
When you
50
can
Cent-
bump that
Oh,
shit
nah,
8
yeah.
times in a night and no one got sick of it.
Dude, everybody has a.
And
birthday
it wasn't because of
around, right?
50's lyrics; it was because of Dre's beat.
Well,
Agreed.
nah. The lyric has something to do with
Well,
it.
a little bit.
Nah,
but when
I
you
feel-
Everybody has a.
when you hear dun dun dun,
Nah, I
dun,
feel like
nah.
the whole "Go Shorty, It's Your Birthday" thing
Yeah.
got.
you
That's
think
what-
so?
Yeah.
that.
You're live on PPRN.
So, can I have Born Star, my man J. Rose?
Yeah, he's right here.
Word, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. We appreciate that, man. Get that Born Star popping, man. What's good, man? G, what's good with you? You all right?
Oh, man, everything is great. I'm just glad to see you making that rise to the top.
Appreciate that. What's your help, man? You know, I was telling the Peter out here, you know, shout out to PPR and the radio, that you produced that start over video, and you about to do my next video, Born Star.
You were behind the camera?
Yes, he's the man behind his work.
That dude is the next Spike Lee.
Yes, and he did all the Wu-Tang stuff too. I'm telling you, a lot of Wu-Tang stuff.
He did that right there is, you know what, to hold a camera like that and to be professional like that. Much props out to you. Much props to you.
I was so impressed with it this afternoon.
And you made Bridgeport look good.
That takes some doing, man.
Because of him,
Yeah.
he gets me to stop on the highway and get off and whatnot because we shoot between New York and Providence all the time.
Do you get a lot of footage from the railroad tracks? Because that looks like an old Street Beat movie. Or Beat Street movie. Old breaking movie. Like, the tracks always got a lot of fucking notoriety, like a lot of film. You know what I mean? Like, my boy, DJ Manny, lives in the Bronx. And where he lives is the projects. And right above his window is the elevated subway.
Yeah.
And they made, like, mad movies there. And it's like, it's every camera guy loved to go to shit like that and film.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think he said they made, like, breaking there.
Because that's East Coast. I live in Atlanta now, so you don't see any of that here.
That's right.
So that's a good look.
All you see is marshes and shit, right?
No, man. All you see is buildings.
Everything in Atlanta is underground.
Apple bottom jeans.
Big Booty Judy's out in Atlanta.
The Georgia Peaches, man. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Where apple bottom jeans is made?
Apple bottom jeans.
Apple bottom jeans,
That's a
yeah.
good look, man. But yo, I appreciate what you guys are doing, keeping the hip hop movement going. And hopefully, listen, I got a book I'm writing about the Wu-Tang coming out called Shooting the Klan. When I'm about to do my PR, maybe we'll connect and try to get it known out there.
All right, so you know what? Bob will get a hold of you, and then we can do a phone interview if you can't get out here.
No. Where do you live?
Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta.
He's back and
yeah,
forth.
so let's get you set up for like an 8:45 phone call. My name's Bob Edwards. Friend me on Facebook, and I'll set something up with you. It's an old. The picture on Facebook is an old man with a guitar.
And a bent dick.
Yeah, look. All you got to do is hashtag arthritis. You'll see his... Go on Jay Will's Facebook page and just look for his friends, and Bob's on there. So.
Yeah, I'll send you the link, whatever the case is, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Love to get you on for for like a 45-minute interview.
He's done a lot of stuff, man. So
Okay,
a lot of stuff.
That's dope. Okay.
Yeah.
We got Boo here, too. He'll fellatiate.
Yeah, we represent.
You guys keep that movement going, and you know my man got my support anytime, all the way through. So,
Hey,
stuff happens.
can you make a video of me and my wife banging and make it look good?
If he can do that, man. Academy Award.
Peter, you need a lot of help.
Can you make my penis look big?
That way.
Please? And they're like,
Special effect for that one.
all right. I'm hung like a hamster.
I got to jump off this call. I got another call coming in.
All right, man. Be
Aloha,
safe.
come
Thank
on
you,
now.
sir.
You guys talk amongst yourself. I got to piss. I'll be right back.
Oh, you really? Okay.
I got to pee.
Wow,
in the meantime, man, you can find
that doesn't often happen.
you can find J. Will's music online, man, on all the digital sites, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon. I got major distribution through Ingles Fontana, part of Universal.
Pump
All
up,
right?
pump up that
Get
video.
the music.
Come on.
Definitely get the music. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, J. Will's Live. You know, we're doing big things, man. I'm basically trying to focus on like getting this music out and also bringing a lot to the industry as far as the Connecticut is concerned. A lot of people are not aware of the things that you need to do to get your music out and get paid for this music. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of talent here.
Yeah. So keep in contact with me. Follow me. Let's get it done, man. Anything you need, inbox me. If I can answer the question, I'll definitely do it. You know what I'm saying?
Until you get your book written, yeah.
Yes, definitely. We're going to look forward to that book.
Yes, I am.
Get that smacking. You know what I'm saying?
So is this the album that you're promoting right now? How many albums are you in?
I'm promoting a single right now, but I have two. I have 3 albums online. 2 is a
Okay.
compilation album with artists, and 1 is a solo album with me.
Okay. And
So-
so that they can, so if they were looking for you like on Spotify or iTunes, they would just look up J Wills.
Yeah, look up J Wills, and the music is in me.
Okay, right on.
And it's spelled the music MUZIK is IZ in me.
Okay.
And you can there's a whole like 14 songs on that album.
Right on.
That you could rock on and some positive stuff up there.
Don't
You know what I mean?
stink. Created
a smell.
Shut your fucking mouth. See, you want to talk about oppression? Is these white motherfuckers?
Yeah,
gonna shut
you
up.
should have just named this "Keeping It Real Radio."
Now,
man.
exactly.
Or bang 'em
See,
in
that's
the
the
head,
thing.
dog.
Bang 'em in the head,
we
Dr.
need
Phil.
to be discovered because our shit ain't like anybody
Nah,
else's.
it's
Fuck
definitely
Howard.
different. Yeah, it's
Fuck Howard.
It's
Trying to
Beavis
tell
and
me
Butthead
and
Radio
stuff.
right there.
Oh, that was a fucking. Oh, that was raw.
That was mild, man. That was mild. I've seen.
All right, Eddie, that you've been here for an hour and a half. What'd you learn?
Man,
Is it that time already?
Yeah, it's already 10:15, bitch.
Oh, my
Someone's got to
goodness.
wake up at 6 in the morning and go
Hey.
to work. Can't sleep like you, fucking elderly.
I'm homeless, so I sleep all day.
What'd you learn?
I learned how much money your mom made because you made sure you made that clear.
3 times, bitch.
$130.
So we all know how much money Pete's mom
Whatever.
made and what he had for
Oh my god.
Vein popping
Spam
out.
with
garlic.
Make sure an EBT card don't get their balance on the first. You just let us know too.
Food stamp looking motherfucker.
Yeah, what
Second or
else?
the third.
I don't know. I
Depends on
learned,
your last name.
I learned that Michael's a little quiet today. I don't know what's going on over
The
there.
Yankees.
The Yankee game.
No,
Yeah.
Yankee game was
Yeah.
already over.
No,
But Pete kind of shut him down a couple times. So
I didn't shut nobody down.
I don't know.
Well, when it gets to what I learned, I'll explain it.
This is why I started this shit early.
Good. I'm all set.
Bob, what'd you learn?
Well, I learned that J. Will has it going on. He really
Appreciate
does.
that, homie.
He
Thanks,
does.
man. Thanks.
Okay.
Watch out.
And,
Walk with your back to your
And I
verbal stroke, man.
also learned that I'm going to go to Vaughn and see if I can't get some hair work done.
Yeah, we're gonna get him lined
Oh,
up
yeah.
properly. That's
Yeah.
For
what
real?
A lot of
Okay.
chemicals.
Okay, take before and after pictures. Make
I
sure.
also
Always. We change lives over here.
yeah,
Right on.
hey. And I also
How do you change life of a crip?
Man. That was
I
quick.
also learned that Boo can get very, very intense.
You didn't live with him all week.
Please.
Hey,
Please.
You should have saw the steps in New York. I am not going up there unless it's open.
Boo,
Thanks.
where you
You
go?
got an endorsement
Where
from
you go?
AARP.
Yeah,
You should
yeah,
be
the
all right.
AARP. Yeah, hey, look, I'm not embarrassed to say it. Hey, I'm 70 fucking years old. I've been around a long fucking time. I've seen a lot of fucking changes.
So not a lot of knowledge.
I will
right.
take
Wisdom,
accolades wherever they come
Ah,
from.
yes.
Thank you very much.
I don't drive an Escalade.
But is that enough?
Okay.
You want more?
No.
No, we're
Oh,
good.
okay.
Because we gotta get home. Boo doesn't like the dark. What did you learn?
Honestly, I earned that all opinions matters.
That's right.
All. Doesn't matter where, who, all opinion matters, and we have to factor that in when we coming across a problem to get to a bottom of.
Right.
Gotta.
And this is right here. This is us getting along and overseeing all that bullshit that we see on TV. This sitting in this room like this, people don't think it's nothing, but to sit in a room like this and be cool and consider each other people and not color or whatever. That's the accomplishment right there. Shut up, you bodybuilding. You laughing at me?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he's laughing at me.
How you
He's
take
laughing
that
at
back?
the old man.
Sorry, man. Sorry. I don't want you to hit me. That would hurt. He was making fun of me like Mike does.
No,
Yeah,
he's making fun of me.
Me and Bob got something going on over there.
Hey. How
Hey.
you doing?
Hey. You know, he's got
That's
the
good, man.
T-shirt. He's got the T-shirt that makes the skirts drop.
I'm sorry.
I know,
And the pussies pop.
That's right.
Good for you, Eddie.
Is
Good
she
for
listening?
you. I'm proud of
That's
you.
okay.
Every time he throws out that Baghdad shit, man, vaginas just get wet.
Yes, listen, PTSD right there, man.
You're right with you.
Yeah, I was in Baghdad. Wet vagina.
That is like an aphrodisiac, though. Baghdad. Ooh.
And how could we fucking compete with that shit?
You can't.
That's right. You can't, man.
Hey,
You
Soul
can't.
Survivor.
I own a radio station. He was in Baghdad. Fuck that shit.
Go home, Peter.
Shut up, white dude.
Ain't got no story to tell.
No.
Yeah, for real.
Give a fuck. We do honor you, though. Thank you.
Yes.
You're the best, Eddie. You're
Hey,
the
Eddie,
best.
you want a crooked finger?
I didn't finger him. I said thank you.
Thank you for your service, motherfucker.
Yeah, thanks for enlisting in something and then trying to get credit later for it.
Wow.
Oh, that's cold.
I'm kidding.
Oh, that's cold.
My stepson is in the Air Force, so I appreciate that. And
Yeah,
every
my
day,
father-
I fear for his life every day.
I lost my hearing because of Vietnam.
Oh, here we go. Anyways, what you
You were never close to Vietnam.
My dad came back from Vietnam, beat the shit out of me, man. Shit. That was a rough war, even for the kids.
Anything else? Now you know why we started this shit half an hour early. Anything else, homie?
All lines clear.
All right. Jay, what'd you learn?
Man, I learned that independent radio stations need to get more money somehow, man. You know what I mean?
Make a video,
From that
bitch. Shit. Get your videographer over here.
Independent radio rocks, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Because this is where we start to break our grounds. And I think you guys deserve the best out of this, man. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Appreciate you having me.
Love you too, man.
It's real honest voice.
Yeah.
Without
That's
doubt.
what it is.
Yeah.
It's what America's all about.
Wait, no. Separate us from the rest. Ain't nobody like us.
That's true.
Ever.
There's not near anybody as
There's
ignorant
not
as
a
us.
podcast in this state that touches us.
Oh, shit.
We didn't get beat up by the black people tonight. We're good.
We ain't left.
It ain't over yet.
I'm good.
I think Rob,
Hold on. The sign says 211.
I'm good.
Stupid.
If you call my boy, make sure he ain't outside.
that's what I was going to say, man. Rob's outside waiting
Call
on
him,
you.
make sure Rob ain't outside.
By size and by color, I'm good.
Listen, if we do walk out the door and Rob's out there, I know I'm good.
Just remember, Rob.
Stupid.
Just remember, Rob. Pete's the fat one.
There are 4 people that are going to walk away from that encounter. Period. Period.
Listen,
Man.
I might not win a fight, but I'll go down scratching. I don't give a fuck. Scratching. I don't give a fuck.
I'll go down screaming.
Call me no pussy. Go ahead. What'd you learn?
I learned so much tonight.
Here we go.
I learned tons of shit, and most of it was how uncomfortable it is to talk about racial stuff as a white dude.
For you?
Because you're afraid that you're going to be called a racist. And that's a hard part for somebody that really doesn't think they're racist, is that they're going to say something that's going to be totally racist. And that is the line that you have to live by, I guess. You know, when you talk about race, you can't be afraid to say something racist because you're not going to know you're racist.
Like
unless
what?
you say
Nickel?
it.
Nickel?
No, like anything, man. Like just being honest about your feelings. It's tough to talk about race. It's hard.
It's a very touchy topic, man.
And it's a conversation that has to be had, and it's a hard conversation because
You don't want to offend anybody.
and another thing that I learned about talking about race is that we all want to make it about ourselves and what was done,
really.
and that's what I find myself doing. Well, I lived in Hawaii, and they didn't like white people, you know, and I've had cops be bad to me, but I've had cops be good to me too. You know, I've had cops be really good to me. You know, take me home when I was shit-faced drunk instead of giving me a DUI.
Or let you sleep in your car.
Let me sleep in my car. Sleep it off. Take the keys out of my hands. And does the black dude get the same treatment?
No.
Well, I don't know.
Most
Maybe
of the
they
time,
do.
no.
Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. I'm not black, so I can't tell you whether they do or don't.
Peter.
And
the crooked one.
So what I learned tonight was I learned about myself.
Does this go with his speech?
Yes.
They're playing him off. He just doesn't realize it.
And I learned that I learned that we all just have to kumbaya, motherfucker.
That's it.
Kumbaya fucking ya.
Yes, we are all human.
And I think I was
How
the
old
most
are you? What
profound
do you
dude
know?
ever. Thanks a lot.
He's not old
Thanks
enough.
a lot for walking all over my fucking profound shit, you bastard. Damn it.
Because you
just
came in
because-
with a
just
tie-dye
because
shirt and a black person's hat.
And I also learned.
I'm mad at you for that. You don't represent nothing but living color.
I also learned that the Yankees have a hell of a fucking team.
But what'd you learn? So we can get home.
Treat everybody equally and justly, first of all. Second of all, I learned a lot from Jay Wills tonight. I mean, at the first break, he and I, chopped it up a little bit about the music business itself. And like the whole radio coding thing. I had no idea about that. None at all.
Believe me, there's not a lot of musicians out there that do.
Well,
and that's why I want him to write a book.
Well, anyway. I just learned a lot from Jay Wills, so I appreciate you also being forthcoming with the information, because there's a lot of people that would be in your shoes that wouldn't want to, give other people,
the info,
the come up. Right. So I appreciate that about you.
Thanks, man.
That you're
Appreciate that, man.
open and with that. Also, I loved your video and your music.
Thanks, man.
It's tight. It's on point, all of it. And I can't wait to see the next installment of Start Over, for real.
Yes. Definitely, man. I'm glad you like it, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I'm looking forward to Von's Barber line. I'm looking forward to
Get
seeing
lined up.
7 days a week, baby.
To seeing barbers all over the country wearing your stuff. So it's been a good night. We laughed, we cried, we hugged it out, and it's been good.
And we yelled.
Yes, definitely.
We yelled.
What I learned tonight, I learned that Puerto Ricans never had any oppression, but like to hide behind the whole oppression thing. I'm okay when I walk outside.
Good.
I love you, Eddie. You know that.
Yeah.
I do. I love your shirt, by the way. On you.
On you. Yeah.
Where's Ricky at, man?
She's alone tonight, right? I saw men's shoes in that picture. I was like, what?
Ricky's having her first lesbian experience.
No, you know what I love tonight about Eddie is that he interacted and he actually interviewed. And thank you.
Yes.
You're good, man. Someone's got
an interview.
Bitch, please. Don't make me get racist up in here.
Again.
Again, yeah.
Is it Thursday yet?
Whatever. You know what? You're the bitch that's going to be crying on Thursday morning when I say bye.
That's right.
You're going to be like, don't leave me, baby. Don't leave me.
Are you going to be? Because Thursday's my birthday, man.
Is it happy birthday? Ricky was going to make cupcakes, but you're not
Thursday
here.
off, right?
Yeah, I got Thursday.
And so then, when I get done with the Palace, I could drive down.
Yeah,
have
we'll
a
drink.
Party with
We'll
you.
drink.
I'm not getting off till 12 o'clock at night.
I don't care. I don't work Friday.
1 o'clock in the morning.
Fine.
All right, I'm going to do it.
He's going to knock on the door and wake you up.
That's right.
I learned that AARP is one of our sponsors, and that
The high side.
Bob invented racism, right? Or
Oh, yeah.
in his culture? Oppression or whatever it was?
I think Bob signed the Declaration of Independence. That fucking old, man.
With the blood of a slave, right?
With the blood, blood of a slave. That's what he got.
Wow.
I learned that barbers of all types still can't cut white people's hair.
We're going to test that.
I'm bringing my shit to you.
I'm going to laugh that one off.
You know what's crazy? Those hairs are the easiest hair to cut. Why? They're less
abrasive.
Yeah, like less picky.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like you sit down and cut a black person hair, and you better make sure that every corners and
yeah, we don't care if you made that shit crooked as long as you paint it.
Crazy, yeah. So yeah, that's wild.
That's because we could just comb it a different direction.
Yeah.
Don't I know it? I had two daughters, and I tried to cut their hair. I adopted all my kids.
Ricky doesn't cut my hair or comb my hair.
I tried to cut their.
No, they ain't cut hair.
No way.
They ain't not going
No
in with
fucking
it.
way.
I learned that Jay Wills can send us a really Spike Lee kind of insensitive listener.
Yeah.
And get my blood boiling.
Yeah.
Don't forget, bro, my mom, $130.
Yeah.
That's a week.
I got you. Puerto Rican ass.
Fed 4 kids.
Well, no, they had to eat one of them eventually.
That's right. Yeah.
It turned into 3 kids.
Is that a jab on my brother that died?
The youngest had to go.
No.
Jay,
Univision
great
shoes.
man. I'm glad after 5 years we can still reunite. And
Absolutely,
We need to
man.
bring him back soon.
I appreciate that. Now I got a new record coming out eventually. Before
I
drop
don't
the
even have
album.
control of my own show no
Yeah,
more.
I'm gonna
Easy.
definitely. Yeah, I'll definitely.
OG,
keep you
triple
guys
OG.
posted.
OG tripping me.
Yeah. When I get the
Start
video,
paying the
new
fucking
video,
bills,
I'm
too.
coming through. Yeah, definitely.
Listen, much props, man. I love you. And I'm glad
Thanks
that
for having us, man.
I'm glad the whole team can sit in here and have a conversation and not leave like that. That was
Yeah.
nice.
It's awesome.
Remember, he was going to leave at 10:30 or something. I mean, earlier.
What I learned about Mike, he's stuck in the 70s, maybe 80s, but definitely stuck in the washing machine because his shirt is tight as fuck.
It's my favorite Yankee.
And have the nerve to call me fat. Damn. That's the equivalent of the BVDs back in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, the BBDs, I got
Remember the shiny BVDs? Yeah.
Pants
With the
are
Playboy
tight.
sneakers? Yeah, you know. Jordache jeans.
Yeah, man,
But I do learn. What I did learn too is that we can all have a conversation and be vocal, be upset,
right,
and come back and be normal again.
Except you start yelling and shit.
Yeah, for real.
I honestly don't feel like you're back yet.
You're still pissed off, man.
Wow.
You ain't the one to start yelling.
Simmer
Damn,
down.
conversation my ass, man.
Hey, Bob, that was
Just a
good.
visitor. Hold on.
No, man, motherfucker. I'm deleting this motherfucker. Okay? Try to tell me what to do at the end of the night. You see his names on the wall? I'm playing. That's right there. That's a perfect example. You can make a joke and we can laugh. That's what I love about
yeah,
that.
have a good time, man.
Shout out to my wife, Ricky. Everybody thinks he's a man until you
We
tell her
love
he's a
you,
woman.
Ricky.
Because of her name.
And the twins.
And the twins. Love you, baby. And we'll see you
Big up
tomorrow.
Ricky and the Twins.
Don't forget tomorrow, Mechanical Peaches will be here.
Yeah.
And
It'll be
Scott
Steph-
Serenita. And Mike Everyday.
Yeah.
And Uncle Bob will be here.
And it'll be the last.
Heartbeat willing, but don't forget to get in the pool, the record, the death pool for
yeah.
Uncle Bob. What day is he gonna die?
Tomorrow night will
Well,
also
what are
be.
you going to post it on the wall there, guy?
I don't want you to die. That's why I haven't posted. Because I know the day I die, I post it, you're gonna die. And I don't want you to
Probably.
know.
Hey, you know what I'm working tomorrow night?
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, give your shout out to everybody.
Yeah,
Where you
I'm
gonna
working
be?
The Price is Right at the Palace Theater,
Nice.
Waterbury, Connecticut.
Which is a private event you can't go to anyways. But
No, it's not a private event. It's ticket sales. Come on, man. Don't
okay,
kill
good.
it.
All right, sorry.
Damn.
Where are
Might
you
be
gonna be,
one
Jay?
person
Anyway?
a
Jay
year.
Will, you got something coming up?
Jay, some kind.
Yeah. I'm planning the video for this next record. You know, I'm doing that soon. I got a few interviews. I'm gonna be hitting Fairfield University on the 25th. Couple other things lined up. You know what I mean? And it's all in the works, trying to just solidify everything, get the definites on it.
Okay.
So I won't throw any dates out there that's not really may not happen. So
Right on.
again, definitely. But I will keep everybody posted. Again, follow me on social media. That's the best way to keep up with what's going on currently.
And check me out Friday, the Bosom Ball from 7 to 11 at the Westport Inn. It's $25 to get in. It's to support breast cancer. It's with 99.9 Star FM. And then on Saturday, catch me at Kids Fest in Norwalk for 95.9 to Fox at Taylor Farm Park. Touch a Truck for all the children. And then Bob is going to be at Acoustic of Rock or
Monsters of Acoustic Rock at White House Productions on November 10th in Ansonia. And I'm telling you, I've gone to the last 4 shows and loved every minute of it.
And check out Boo at travelingtoroad.com.
You love every day you wake up.
That's right. Hey.
Travelingtoroad.com. Check out Boo. And as he says goodbye to us tomorrow, back on his journey back to Oklahoma.
Well, yeah, Thursday he starts traveling.
Yep. And Eddie, you got any plugs?
Man, shout out to Rob. He called in here. Rob, right?
Yeah, Rob.
Man, shout out to Rob. He called in here and got you all hyped up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this just in, the Puerto Rican show just got canceled.
Due to a Puerto Rican
Shout out to
shooting.
Rob, man.
Due to a Puerto Rican shooting.
Hey, Rob, no, but seriously, he had some legitimate.
I apologize like an hour and a half ago.
I understand. Who's apologizing?
Me, I did.
Oh, man.
Poor Rob, man. Got shouted down. No, but he wouldn't let you talk.
Look what time it is.
Yeah.
What time is it?
No, it's not a watch anymore. This is a fucking.
No, Peter. I was saying it's
10:30.
10:30 straight up.
Great.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. And as we say at the every show, everybody stay black, y'all. Good night.
Still not sure why we say it.
Then don't say it, you fucking
No, I
honky.
like saying it. It makes me feel.
3 hours